going live now. Oh, Nadu. It chaps my hide that they're so good. I guess congratulations to those Cowboys. Sure, Venture's gonna come by and gloat. He won't miss an opportunity. Alright, I'm trying to get one thing to go over here to OBS and then I'll be ready. If only OBS would work. It acts a fool when I try to put a dock in somewhere. It's like, oh, I know you want to do that, but we don't want to do that right now. I don't want to do it. I've chosen not to do it. It thinks it gets time off. Aha, there it goes. Okay. Oh, punked, I don't know. That's a good question. Let's see. Zoomed in appropriately here. Let's see if this works. I was doing some other videos. Oh, wow, I got it all back in place. I was doing some other videos and experimenting with different, like, camera angles and vertical versus horizontal and all that good stuff. With the cameras, calm down. Hello, everybody. Yes, tough break for Stroud. I haven't seen if there are any updates, but my Houston Texans did not show up in the way we would have hoped yesterday. That's a shame. Who we got here? Cal Laird, what's up? Tarzan and Puma Cutie Book. Barnes. Kawi Cat. But they don't drop till tomorrow. Mickey drop is correct. The Mickey drop is tomorrow. We are preparing for the drop for today. Sorry if the title was misleading. It says at the very end, getting ready. I don't know if you're prepped or not, Kawi Cat. I'm here to help. In case you have questions, we can look at a few things today. I put out some posts on, I put a YouTube short. I put out an Instagram reel. I want people to be able to come by because tomorrow's too late. You want to be prepped today. Yeah, it's like Merry Disney's Mickey and Friends Funko NFT drop Eve to everyone. What's up, Misty? Nadu6, of course. Pop and Duo. YouTube thumbnails are always a pain. Well, the beauty is I have templatized, but still got to remember to do it. Keys, 42 months, tier 1. Thank you, Keys. What's up, Punked? Wait till you play Rocket League with them. Oh, boy, yeah. Well, I don't play Rocket League with Venture too often anymore, so I'm sure it'll come up, though. What's up, Larry, Nerd and Cheese? How are you, bud? Texans should buy back the Oilers' names. You know, I have always it's always kind of burned my hide that or chapped my hide that the Titans can actually wear the throwback jerseys for the Oilers. They are not the Oilers, but I don't think I'm sure a contract can be worked out, but I don't know if the Titans would be willing to give it up or not. I think it would be very cool if they brought it back to Houston. Poor Poppenstock. What's happened with Poppenstock? Miss Fancy Cherry, how are you? Did I miss something again? Oh, boy. Why do you guys keep bringing me bad news? I don't like bad news. I'm going to Twitter now to see if there's an update. No! He got his wallet drained. No! Oh, man. Yeesh. Poor Poppenstock. Poor Poppenstock. It is, wow, that is rough. Yeah, ouch. I am so sorry, Poppenstock. He's such a helpful person to everyone else in the community, and then for someone to take advantage of him, whether it was targeted or random or whatever. So depending on exactly what happened, there's a lot of ways that your wallet can get compromised. The most common one that I've seen, and I'm sure there's people would love to debate this all day because everybody has their opinions on it, but the most common way I've seen is if you, oh no, wait, what is this little box down here in the corner? This is driving me nuts. What is this? Is that supposed to be there? Do y'all see that below the chat? There's like a black box. Or is that just, oh, I know what it is. I'll fix this. Hold on, sorry. Screen 2. There we go. Okay. The most common way is someone clicks on a link that they shouldn't click on. It usually happens, what I've seen on Discord or another place, but Discord seems to be the place that happens most often. Someone will either message you or post in another chat area somewhere, one of those groups, one of those channels, if you will. Hey, here's this cool thing. Click the link to download or to grab your free NFT or whatever. You click it, it all looks like it's appropriate and it's either wax and you're familiar with it or whatever chain you're on. You click it, you log in thinking everything's right, and the second you log in, turns out the whole time it was a charade. It was masked to look like something, but you've now given permission to that whatever that site or area is with your account, and it can run whatever contract. A contract is a set of code, essentially, to do whatever they want. And the most typical thing is to just go in automatically and transfer all the NFTs and all the crypto to a wallet that they hold. And by the time you realize it's happened, it's too late, and there's no takesies backsies. A lot of people will go, well, that doesn't seem right. Why can't it be reversed? The sheer fact, the way that the blockchain was built was to be ungoverned, unmanaged by a third party. So it's on the people writing the contracts to do good, not evil. And there's a lot of people that do that. Why is the closed captioning up here too? Weird. Anyway, I'll have to figure that out next. So you go along your way thinking everything's hunky-dory, you click a button, blah, blah, log in, gone. People can write a contract to do that, and it's just because they know how to take advantage of the system. I like to think that in time this will get better, but it's on us. I always say, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Wherever possible, use two-factor authentication. Wherever possible, use a strong password that is unique to the site you're on. I can't say this enough. We're all guilty of it. You go to a new site to sign up, log in, whatever, and you're like, ugh, I hate remembering all these passwords. Let me make it easier on myself and use a password that I'm familiar with, that I use on all the other sites. You're doing yourself a disservice. Also, my brother says don't ever use those log in with Facebook, log in with Twitter, log in with that kind of stuff. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. So be very, very careful with that as well. There's a lot of things you can do to protect yourself, but the first and foremost is don't click on links unless you know exactly where they came from. And even then, you're probably better off if somebody says, here's a thing on this site, go grab it. Go to the site on your own. Go find it yourself. Don't click on a link. They can get you so quickly and so easily. Even if the transaction is recorded, doesn't matter. You can see what wallet it went to. You could see where it went to. But when you go to track that down, that wallet or that location, that executed code does not necessarily translate and reveal to you, here's a person in the real world, and now you can press charges. Not how it works. Ask Jungle Bry, ask Funko Addict Tech, now ask Poppinstock. They'll tell you, even if they could do the investigation and look at every single step of it, and they could pinpoint it down to a wallet, there is no way to go and take that wallet. It could be blacklisted, it could be blocked, it could be whatever. That person will just ignore that wallet, transfer it somewhere else, start a whole new wallet to scam people with, and rinse and repeat. So you've got to be careful. That doesn't mean you should be scared. That means you should be educated. Things like when somebody says, I want to do a trade with you, don't do the lazy thing. Don't go, here's the link, I'll click it. No. If they send you a link, don't click it. Tell them, send me a trade through the appropriate channels, i.e. go to Atomic Hub and send me the trade offer. I know Atomic Hub and I trust Atomic Hub to run the right code. I'll go accept your trade offer there. If someone ever sends you a trade offer and says, accept this, and then I'll send the stuff later, it's not actually have it all in there, don't do that. That's a scam that people were getting away with. I don't know exactly what BSC is. I'll be totally honest with you. Let's look it up. But regardless, these same kind of issues can occur. A smart chain wallet, BSC, trust wallet. A secure, user-friendly digital asset wallet based on the BNB smart chain ecosystem, says Apple. It's a wallet nonetheless. You have to be careful. The damage is done and non-reversible. That is correct. Tune 2K, what's happening? I've seen so many. Here's this issue with OBS again. So many scam links in the last years, especially in claim links, where people just click as fast as possible. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Anywhere. Somebody says I got a free NFT. You just click this, and what do you need the free NFT? Probably not. That's one of the reasons why I, for you guys, do things like fill out the spreadsheet and I'll airdrop it to you. By giving someone your wallet, you're not giving them permission to your stuff. That is a public wallet. It's called a public wallet. You have private keys, which is usually a 10-word phrase. You should never provide that to anybody. But your wallet, like your .wham or your .dp, or even in the case of the, I was creating the video the other day on putting USDC into your drop wallet. There's a long hexadecimal code, like 30 characters. That's public. People can see that. That's fine to share. But don't ever share they're called private keys. Pop and Stock, I am so sorry that happened to you, man. Oh, that just stinks. That ticks me off to no end. To know that someone especially took advantage of someone as kind as yourself. Misty said, can you comment on all the posts under Pop and Stock offering recovery NFT? I don't, there's no way they can do it. Probably, and Pop and Stock answered, probably just another way to try and take advantage of them. What's up, Fourth Curator? Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened in this particular instance. I guess another pro tip, and it's something I need to abide by, is don't keep too much value in one spot. If you have times you do want to click on a link or do want to, scanning QR codes is another thing you don't want to do with your mobile device. Somebody says grab a free wax NFT here. Don't scan a QR code like you're out in public and then log in. That could be errant. That could be bad code too. Evil code. You would want to create yourself a wallet that has like nothing in it. You can create another free wallet. Use that one to try and claim stuff. And then if you claim something and it looks legit, you can take that item and you can transfer it to your wallet. As far as I know, there are no like virus NFTs. There's no NFT you can transfer from one wallet to another that will then go in and scam you out of your stuff. Maybe that comes one day. I don't know. I don't think that's a thing though. The code is written and executed from your login, not from an NFT itself. I would love to find out which of the other marketplaces, if any, allow the trades the same way Atomic Hub does. I would like to have a backup option. I think there are others. You could check NFT Hive. You could check Nifty Blocks. You could check Chain Champs. There are a number of sites. I haven't looked to see if they offer a trade feature, but if they do, those sites are trustable or trustworthy. Time to make a poutine NFT to support Pop and Stock. A burner wallet. There you go, Punked. Yeah, that's safe. You control that wallet. If you have nothing in it, you click on something and it's a scam, they have nothing to get. Now, you do want to be careful. If you think you clicked on something and it was a scam, I don't know if giving access once to a burner wallet will allow them to do anything in the future. So you want to be careful about that too. Also, be very careful with Discord DMs. If you ask for help in a big crypto server, there are always scammers lurking, sending you a DM to scam you. Agreed. I mean, look, I'm not saying this is why I did it. Can't stand Discord. Don't plan on making Discord part of my life. I know it's like going into the dark alleys of the bad part of town. Sure, there's some bright lights and some cool stuff you can see right around the corner, but you're right next to a dark alley and somebody could come in and take advantage of you. I don't like it. I just, Discord to me is icky. I can't stand it. Yo, what's up, Valor and Bella? Now, I know Priscilla has good luck with it. We have a great community over there with her and with Dr. Crispy, but I'm not doing it. Caller says no, an NFT is not a program. That's what I was saying. You would need to have a program that is executable inside a wallet. Your computer could get hacked by a program, never your wallet. That's what I thought. Kenshin, what's happening? Was hoping Drop introduces a trade option before tomorrow. I was too. I really was. I don't know if you were here the other day, Kenshin. I'll go back to it real quick here. Let's see if I may have altered my settings here, so I hope this is going to the right window. Let's see if we have oh, we do. I was in here in the frequently asked questions area of Drop, and I did trade. Oh wait, this is different than the one I looked at the other day. But when I looked up trade, it was interesting. It indicated that there was a way to do trades, but I think what they meant, but what they were saying was you could send, you would be a one thing you would have to do is to send an NFT to somebody to their DP account. Then they would have to execute a separate transaction where they send a NFT to your .dp account, but not a way to go propose trades like Atomic Hub and stuff. I think that's integral to the site, and I hope they institute it at some point. But my theory, and that's all this is, I base it on no fact, no nothing I've read. I'm not trying to start a rumor, start anything salacious. That's not what I do here. But if Drop allows trades, a trade makes them no money. You buying or offering for sale or buying an NFT, if that transaction occurs, you pay a fee. So I think that they make more money that way. I hope they put trades in. I think you should just offer those kind of services with a platform, especially if you're going to make this a Drop exclusive. I'm not bad-mouthing them. I'm just saying that's my suggestion. Discord is always getting hacked. I have heard some things about it. Yeah. What's up, Port? How are you, man? Hope you're enjoying the Lego Fortnite. Priscilla said Discord scams are the same as anywhere else. The only difference is they are newer, so they feel scarier. We get more scams via email than Discord, but if we're used to them, so we don't really notice. That's probably very true. We have been educated not only in our private lives, but a lot of us at work on email scams. And I'll be honest with you, I fell for one while at Funko. I took our network down. There was an email that looked 1,000,000% right. It came from an @funko.com address. I checked that before clicking the link inside, and it said something to the effect of, we need you to verify this transaction and provide a receipt from accounting to make this work. And I was like, we got new people all the time. I don't know who this Donna at Funko.com is, but seems legit. Clicked on the link, gave somebody access to our servers. They had to take it all down, reset it. I felt like an idiot. I fell for it, and I was even careful. Wombat's Discord is the worst for being hacked. Well, seems appropriate. Misty agrees about Discord. I didn't say sucks. It's how I feel, but I don't like using that word about things. It's just not for me. That My Little Pony causes so many problems. There it is. Keezy said Discord having unique usernames now I think helps. It was easy for people to spoof other people's usernames to make it look legit. They'll still do it though. It'll say if you see it's official wax is like the official wax one. Somebody will do like official.wax, things like that. I think they can still scam that way. So and they'll use an avatar that looks just like the real one. Yeah, Kenshin, I again, I'm not basing this on any kind of fact or research or anything like that. It's just a gut feeling that either the non-trading functionality on Drop comes from one of two places. One, they simply weren't prepared. They haven't got the code in place. They haven't launched it yet. They could still launch it tonight or tomorrow. Or two, there was a mindful conversation that happened somewhere where they went, hey, look, if we do trades, we give up on sales. I guarantee you do the math, those sales, the percentage sales could be a lot of money. I don't know if it is a lot of money right now. I don't think it is. That's my guess. They get 8% of each transaction. I don't know if there are thousands of transactions happening a day. I don't think there are. Nadu says we still don't know if the drop ends at 2 p.m. Pacific. I mean, we never do. They do it on a case-by-case basis every time. So we won't know until the last second. So which con was that around, says Clint? Actually, I couldn't, if my life depended on it, I couldn't tell you what time of year that was. It was all a big blur there for the last year. Willibard said that happened at FedEx once. Not me, but it was one of the ransomware ones. The entire company was down for the whole day. Ah, so horrible. Did y'all see earlier this year, was it the Bellagio, I think? One of the main, or it was MGM Hotel, which Bellagio might be. They tried to keep it hush-hush, but there was video from some employees and some random folks that were there where all the casino floor, screens, slot machines, everything was being held by ransomware. It could have been faked, but it looked pretty legit. And they basically said, don't share any of this, and they paid off the hackers to fix it. Which, if that's the case, they're just opening up the door for a lot more hacks. Of course, they probably turned around and hired the next smartest kid ever to come out of, high school or in high school who was the kind that would hack but now got a payday to keep hacks from happening. Tune2K says you can change the display name. Always check the username that you see when you click on someone's picture. 1,000,000% agree. Always be careful. It was MGM, Las Vegas, and Atlantic City got hit, said Misty. Yeah, it was crazy. MGM in general, all their properties, my brothers work at Cosmo, it was crazy. So that was legit. That was real. People couldn't get into their rooms. I mean, so much of our life is run by computers, and it makes life, in a lot of cases, easier, but it also opens up our life to have a lot more problems. I mean, look at this age we live in where we log in for banking, we log in for our doctor's office visits and lab results, and every aspect. Your electricity is run by a grid that's run by computers. The movies we see where there's, what do they call it in the Die Hard with a Vengeance? Or no, Live Free or Die Hard, whichever one that was, where, what do they call it? Fire sale. A fire sale, where they basically take down everything that's connected to the grid and turn off all the electricity and everything. That could be a real thing one day. I mean, I don't want to be doom and gloom, prepare for the worst guy, but I wouldn't be surprised if in our lifetime we have a few days where it's just all down. Fight Club ending. God, I love that movie. Yeah, Tesla hacking could be a thing. Pacemakers. Actually, I've been watching a show. I won't name it because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but somebody's pacemaker got hacked and they killed them. Just goes to show you that no matter what, some people will always be scum. I mean, it's sad but true. There's always those out there that will take advantage. There's always those out there that will just be angry. There was a great conversation going on Twitter over the weekend. I'm not going to bring it up and pinpoint the person. You can go look at it if you want to, but I posted one of my videos that I've been working really hard on, and there was a great conversation where somebody came in and asked a good question, and they said, hold on, I will post this question, or talk about this question, because I really appreciate that this person asked it the way they did. They said, hey, can someone explain how this works to me like I'm 5 years old? I collect the entire, this was in regards to a drop that I don't even know if it's beneficial, so I'm not going to mention it. You guys know what it is. Don't put it in chat. We don't spread rumors. I collect this entire line, so these are a must-have. Am I better off going for these in drop, or is there an aftermarket where I can buy them for more money, but not quite resale eBay prices? Thank you. Nick Hughes, at Serpent Doom on Twitter. Fantastic question, worded appropriately. This is how you have a conversation. And then other people were jumping in trying to help. Very confusing to try to do in tweets because it's too much information. I still want to do a video aimed directly at this, and I plan on it. But then one guy comes in and says something to the effect of, NFTs are a scam, NFTs are whatever, and stupid. And I was just like, man, we were all having a nice moment, and you just walked over and then threw a bag of poop in the middle of the conversation. What was the point in that? Priscilla said, speaking of scams and hacking, a friend just sent this to us. FYI, if you guys use Amazon, check your saved addresses. Amazon was hacked, and a lot of accounts now have random lockers or pickup locations that have been used to purchase stuff through your account. Obviously, change your password if you have a random address listed. Wow. Does Callard says not true. Yeah, I was going to ask that next, if that had been proven debunked is the word I was looking for. Oh, there you go, punked. I mean, it never hurts to double check your accounts, though. If you see something like that, just don't use any links provided by anybody else. Just go in and check your stuff. You log in the normal route. You go to Amazon.com on your computer, your time. Go check your stuff. There's no harm in checking. Even if it was debunked, it may not hurt to look. Also, it makes me wonder: does Amazon offer two-factor authentication? I don't use it, but should. If it's there, I'll use it. Yeah, they have it. I would recommend to all of you to use Amazon two-factor authentication. For right now, I think that's one of the best possible security things that you can do for yourself to protect yourself is two-factor authentication on any site you use. I do it on Twitch because it's far too valuable. I don't want anybody getting in and taking over where I can stream. I use it on Drop. I use it on Discord even, though that I don't use often, but I use it on there. I use it on Atomic Hub, etc., etc., etc. Amazon just added the closest locker to you as an option. I saw another thing was debunked recently. Apparently, Apple turned on this share your contact information by getting phones close together, and somebody put out a thing making it sound like they knew everything. The cops picked up on it, started sharing to everybody. Go turn this off immediately. Your child's information is at risk if it's on their phone and they don't know. If you had to still get two phones close together and you had to approve it. But because that got run rampant, the cops started sharing it too. And then before long, you had all these upset mothers and parents out there going to their kids' phones and taking action that didn't need to happen. Yes, Amazon added them if you wanted a locker location because there's always a lot of theft on porches during the holidays. I think that's a good option. I think the other thing is UPS, FedEx, all those companies should be held accountable for the way they drop off packages. If a package is stolen from your porch and the video from a Ring or whatever can show that package was left out like in plain sight or in the rain or something, I think FedEx or UPS should be held accountable. They need to do a better job. Oh yeah, if anything, Amazon's two-factor authentication was too strict. I was having issues getting into my account after getting a new phone last time. I mean, is it too strict or is it strict enough? One of the Walking Miracle, it's a fair point. One of the things you have to be careful about when transferring phones, and I talked about it in one of my videos, is if you had two-factor authentication on your phone and you get a new one, you better have a backup code to get in. Or I think two-factor authentication from Google now allows a login credential that you can log in when you get a new device. But that's a thing that happens to a lot of people. They forget that two-factor authentication is on there. They get a new phone. They transfer everything over, but it doesn't have that automatically logged in. They lose their two-factor authentication and then access to all those things that require it. You got to be really careful. Callard, not an Apple person. I get it. They never knock on the door anymore, just drop and go. Oh, it drives me insane, Randy C. I get why they don't do it, but it drives me insane. And they should also be required to ring the doorbell or knock, even if they're going to sprint away. I'm fine with that. I've been in the house waiting on a package that was sitting on the porch for hours because I didn't see like a ring notification or whatever. Yeah, right, Randy? I got a new phone a year ago and was able to transfer my all my two-factor authentication from one phone to another very easily. Yeah, but Cal Air, did you knowingly knew that was a step that needed to happen and you took the actions, or did you forget and then go over to the new phone and didn't have access to the old? Did you have access to the old phone? Because that's where the real problem seems to come into play. I'm not saying that you can't transfer. I'm saying that people make mistakes all the time with that. I have a plastic bin that is for packages. Amazon always puts it right in front of my door. I've literally had to push the package over before. It drives me so batty. They should be required by law to notify. And here's why they don't do it. Because they'll go to a door and they'll be... I've heard this from somebody who does deliveries before. Because the Ring doorbell goes off or whatever, or they knock, someone will rush to the door and open it, scares the crap out of the person delivering the package. And then, especially probably with certain people of the world... I'm talking about older folks who don't understand all this. They'll like, oh, can you check on this other thing for me? Or can you take this package? Or can you do... Those people are not there for customer service. Just like we used to say, the email address for the podcast at Funko was not a customer service channel. Those people can't help you with all that stuff. Leave them alone. They are on a tight schedule to get things delivered to all these locations. So if they knock on the door and bring attention to themselves, chances are they're going to get slowed down at some point, and it's going to cause them problems in their day. That's why they don't ring doorbells and knock. Or loud dogs, sleeping babies. Do they want to get yelled at because they knock on the door at 6 p.m. and they didn't know that there was a loud dog that then woke up a sleeping baby? They don't want that trouble. I found that after I started leaving snacks and drinks on the porch for delivery people, they start knocking and yelling when they drop something off. Kelly was just talking about that over the weekend. We should set up a little cart. We're in a cul-de-sac where we don't get a lot of through traffic unless it's the delivery folks. So if we put a little cart out that had some candy and some drinks and stuff like that, I don't fear that other people would mess with it. I think it's a nice thing to do this time of year. Callard, you're also more of a tech person. There's a lot of people out there that struggle with this kind of stuff, and they'll listen to someone like me enable two-factor authentication and not understand the trials and tribulations that come from it. I do that in the summer, leave a cooler with water and fruit. That's amazing, Misty. My UPS driver beeps like he audibly goes beep beep, or like he honks, or what? he texts your beeper. P. King said we had to have a ton of housework done and contractors put a porta potty in the yard. Neighbors have said that the delivery people have been very happy to have that there. So, true story. You can look this up and you'll see it. Amazon and other companies that have delivery drivers, but specifically Amazon is called out up here a lot in the Seattle area. They have their drivers on such a tight schedule, and they get berated. They get in trouble if they stop for too long in one spot because they have an average delivery time per package that they're supposed to meet. They get in trouble for just stopping to go to the bathroom. So it's a real thing. It's a known thing that a lot of them have had to like pee in bottles and stuff while they're delivering. They're probably scared to eat for fear that they may need to sit down somewhere to use the bathroom, for especially, for when you need to sit down for a specific reason. I'm not trying to talk about the details of it. But that's not right. That shouldn't be a working condition. They should be allowed to go to the bathroom and stop when they need to. It needs to be built into their day. Callard said, I had a package that was incorrectly delivered to me, a bumper for a car. After talking to their service number, they said that when they drop off my package, they would pick up the new one. The driver was upset because he didn't bring his handheld scanner and had to go back to the truck. I'm sure he probably wasn't told the information or skipped over reading it, but that little bit of time that he had to go back to the truck and come, that probably came out of his day, and he probably got in trouble for taking those extra few seconds. Other people would take it. If I left snacks out, I have no real porch. It's just a small open patio that's extremely visible. Yep, that would happen then. You're unfortunately not in a position to be able to do that. Detroit Pop Guy says, every Christmas I always give... Hey, Liz on YouTube, by the way. I always give gift cards to the mailman and stuff so they take care of my packages all the time because I order too much stuff throughout the year. That's a good idea. I have, because of the way my packages have been forwarded and I hadn't taken the time to correct all of my deliveries from drop, I've gotten to know our postal carrier, and she's sweet. I really should. I can tell she's irritated by it, having to bring those packages to the door and take money from me or one time Kelly. I should get her a gift card or something and have it ready, because I think she's going to maybe have to come at least one more time if I'm right. Willowbard says, it's a real thing. We had to do ride-alongs when I started at FedEx, and it's nonstop all day for them. That should be against the law. That should be against the law. Every human being working probably any shift really, but 4 or more hours specifically, deserves a lunch and bathroom breaks. And there's no, like, if you get in trouble at your office because you stopped to use the bathroom, as far as I'm concerned, they owe you a bonus. You should be able to report that to the Better Business Bureau or the employment agency of some kind in your state or government, national government. They should have to pay you out a bonus if you get in trouble for using the bathroom. I don't really mind if others take the snacks too. If someone is at a place in their life where they need to take food wherever they can find it, I'm happy to help. That's sweet of you. And I'm glad you think of it like that way. I just think of, random passerby. I thought, I'll have a Cheeto bag. I'll grab a Snickers. Though I will add, if I were out on an open area like that too, I would reconsider the snack situations. No judging if others can't do it. Fair? Fair? She is an amazing soul. I 100% agree. 1,000,000% agree. There are a lot of things that have happened in the back of a FedEx truck. Well, okay. We're not talking about people's electives. We're talking about what they ended up being forced to do because of the company they work for and the employment situation. Those are not okay, those things. We should not allow that in our society. I agree people deserve breaks, but unlimited breaks, some workers will take it. There's always people that will take advantage, and if they do, they deserve to get in trouble. But stopping to use the bathroom and spending 5 minutes while you're out delivering packages, if you spend 5 minutes because you got to go, use the bathroom at your local grocery store or fast food establishment, should not be an offense or a strike on your record. That's ridiculous. I'm glad my driveway could help some people out there. See, now that you have a different appreciation for it, you might want to go out there, put a little poopery, maybe some nice quilted northern toilet paper, maybe a magazine. I don't know. Students should be able to use the bathroom whenever they need it too. Yeah. Agree. Is that a place? Have you heard that not being okay? Man, in college, if I needed to go to the bathroom, I got up and went to the bathroom. Nobody ever told me not to. I never got a side eye for that. I didn't abuse the policy. I didn't abuse the opportunity. Crazy. Okay, let me take a pause. We're having good conversations. I always appreciate that, and you guys are always more engaged when we have conversations that kind of come up naturally, and this time of year it makes sense. But again, Pop and Stock, really sorry to hear what happened to you. It couldn't have happened. It happened to one of the best people out there, and that is what really makes me mad. I wish that there was an opportunity to help correct that in some way, or even get that person caught. But again, how? It's not a thing. I don't want to say retaliate. I do think the consequences should come from their actions. But here we are today on the eve of the first ever exclusive drop Funko NFTs. I'm sure we've had some people that have come in. If you're on Twitch, or I point this way because I have the YouTube screen open, and you're watching, we're here to talk about that today for as long as we need to. If I need to stay here late today and don't get to game at all, whatever, and we need to talk about getting you prepared for tomorrow, well, that's why I'm here. So I would love for you to pop in, say hi, and ask your questions, fair questions. For those of you who are here all the time, don't mess with me and ask questions you know the answer to. But if you maybe have a question that you don't think gets an answer regularly enough that you think people would benefit from, please drop those in the chat. Maybe others would benefit from this question, that kind of thing. I know some people are scared to leave comments in a public space like this because in the past they've been met with some negativity, some stupidity. This is a safe space. You ask a question here, as long as it's family friendly and appropriate, we're going to give it the proper response. I'm going to help. That's what I'm here to do. I would love to help, even if one person today came by and was like, man, I really want to do this Mickey and Friends drop tomorrow, but I don't know. I don't understand it. I'm scared about it. I don't know what to do. If we help even one person, then we've done more than the channels that they're sold on. Because unfortunately, they're not doing a lot. And I'm not dogging them. I think their hands are tied. I think they're restricted because of lack of resources and time in their day. I'm just saying I'm here to fill that void. Oh, you missed it, Randy C. Unfortunately, Pop and Stock's wallet was somebody got into his wallet through whatever means and drained his wallet of his NFTs and crypto. We got a super duper shout out from Barnes for Pop and Stock. I love that. It's a great idea. Let's do that. Misty said, Sully, thoughts on Disney and HP? Okay, well, first of all, you mentioned the other thing. I don't know that is confirmed. I want to look at Funko's account today. If there's any mention of that from them, then we can talk openly about it. If there's not, as far as I'm concerned, it's a leak. We don't discuss it here until it is officially shared by Funko or Drop. So I'm looking right now because I'm sick of these leaks. Last week, Grand Theft Auto was supposed to have the biggest trailer reveal ever at like the Game Awards. 24 hours before I really want to use a curse word there, got into their servers or whatever and shared it and took so much from that social team and those channels, and I cannot stand that it's happening repeatedly to people. I don't know it's a leak. The site it came from, Leaky Cauldron, if you guys want to go investigate it, you can, looks legit. The art looks legit, but I don't know that it is because Drop and Funko haven't acknowledged it. And once they do, then that's fine. If it came from Target or FYE or one of these sites, cool. Those are big companies I'm aware of that they work with all the time. But if it's coming from somebody else randomly, nope, not doing it. That's exactly what I thought, Callard. I figured they're going to save it for after tomorrow. And that's fine. Once they do, then we'll openly talk about it here. And we'll be prepared for that one then. And Misty, I'm not mad at you. You don't know. I don't even know. I asked that site. I commented below and said, is this a leak? Or do you guys have permission to share it? And I never heard back. So I don't know. It would have been smart of them to answer me, but they don't know who I am. I mean, they would have been smart of them to answer anybody. Drop or Funko would never announce the next drop until after the drop happens. That is true. But things change. Because if that announcement or reveal were true, you only have 1 week. And Priscilla, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong there either. Sometimes it depends on how it's worded. I asked a fair question without cursing or making accusations or anything like that. Those kind of questions I think would be best to be answered. There's people that were dropping in under the conversations we were having over the weekend, calling out Drop and Funko for not making deliveries. This is their words, not mine. I'm not aiming it at Drop or Funko. You didn't make my delivery, my package was damaged, and now you blocked my account. Well, probably because you talked a bunch of smack, asked questions in the wrong places, and didn't even give them a chance to respond via the channels that they've laid out, like email. You don't send an email and then in 24 hours later start berating a company for being horrible, having horrible customer service, scamming you. That's not an appropriate course of action. And for that, you should be blocked. Randy C says, here we go. Yes, questions. For the Disney NFTs, can we buy from the queue like other drops using regular credit cards for this one? Or must you use USDC only? So it is business as usual for the pack drops. You can buy with credit card, Google Pay, Apple Pay, or debit card. I think that's it. You cannot and will not need, you will not need USDC for the pack purchases on the primary drop, meaning on digital.funko.com or the drop website tomorrow. As soon as you get past that sale, however, everything that happens in the secondary market, meaning you're buying packs or individual NFTs or bundles or whatever. There are no bundles there, but so packs and individual NFTs, all that in the secondary market only occurs on the drop.io website and can only be done using USDC, not wax, not credit cards, nothing. And we'll talk about this more in a minute. I want to get this popping stock. Pardon me. Man, the hiccups for whatever reason. It is cool, and I get it why they're doing this. It's probably Disney, for whatever reason, there's a reason why they need this or want this to remain separate from everything else. They've dictated, no, we don't want this on wax. We want this specifically on the drop website. They have a reasoning. It's unfortunate because it is going to provide a real hindrance. I don't like the way this looks. A real barrier for entry for people to come in and participate in this drop for the first time. There's a lot of barriers. And to answer Nadu6's question along with this is you do need a drop wallet. You do need to be verified you need the drop wallet for the purchase of the packs. Then in addition to that, for anything on the secondary market, you do have to have your account verified, and you do have to have USDC to at least purchase. You don't have to have USDC to make sales. That's a great way to get USDC. Is USDC transparent similarly to wax? I don't know what you mean by transparency. USDC is on the blockchain, so it is something that people can track, yes. If they want to look at the history of where it came from, where it went to, blah, 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 yes, they can see all that. It's on the blockchain. I won't be participating in Disney, but not because of the drop exclusive part, simply because I'm not really interested. That's a perfectly fair thing. I mean, you know, you're not forced to buy anything. Although some of those comments would have you believe that Funko is out there holding, you know, guns to people's heads and forcing them to make purchases of NFTs in order to get the pops. I still don't like this one either. My marker's acting a fool. Let me get a new one. Poppin' Duo! After watching your video, decided to just sell a couple of things brought over from Wax instead of purchasing USDC. And Poppin' Duo, I don't know if you can answer this, like if you paid close enough attention, but in making the transfers of some NFTs you already have and selling them on Drop, did you, I don't know if you purchased from Wax right for that moment, like purchased from Atomic Hub or whatever and brought it over and then sold it, or if it was just in your wallet already, but do you feel you actually made a profit by sharing that and selling that item? Because my big distinguishment in that video that I think people probably will glaze over is if you buy on Coinbase using a credit card, no, you can't use a credit card, using a debit card or a bank account, and then you transfer that USDC over to Drop, you have to pay at least, I think the minimum I saw was $4.50, regardless of the amount of money you transfer. Most people are probably not going to transfer more than $50 or $100, so you're looking at a 10% to 5 to 10% fee at least to make that transfer over. And there's the scary part of my first transfer. I don't want to make $100 because I don't know if it's going to go over. I want to transfer a couple bucks and test it. You can't. You can't test it first with a very small amount. So it's another barrier. Whereas if you already have Wax or you already have assets in the form of NFTs that are Funko NFTs, you transfer those over to your Drop account and sell them. And I'll be happy to show this process for anybody that wants to see it. It's super simple. And then if someone purchases it, that's an if, you're not guaranteed. You could almost guarantee it by lowering the price, but if you sell it, you now have USDC, and you might have even made a profit in doing so. Poppin' Duo says, I bought a zombie gunslinger for 70-ish and have it on sale on Drop for 74. So after fees, you may come in a little under 70, but I'd be willing to guarantee or to bet that you're still going to pull in $65 to $68, which is probably kind of a break even. After the fees, you're either going to pay 8% or 10% in fees, depending. I think we're past the 8% with the discount. I think now it's all 10%. So if you sold it for 74, you'd pay $7.40 in fees, bringing it down to $67. That's probably a little more than if you had made the purchase using Coinbase and transferring over at that amount. But if you sold it for 80, then you run a good chance of actually making a profit. Figured I would break even or lose a couple bucks and save 4 hours of my life. I mean, that's fair. You don't have to go set up that account. You don't have to provide ID, birth date, social security number over on Coinbase. You don't have to do any of that. You already have something. You already had Wax. Depending on what you got that Wax at, that Wax may have increased in value too, and you may have made a profit simply there. I know Wax was up over the weekend, and me having sold some things before and having Wax, and then now buying an item and selling on Drop has netted me even more of a sale, or even more of a bonus earned, more of a profit. And I'll show you guys a helpful tip using Poppin' Stock's website that I think is really important here. All right, let me do the shout out, because if I keep talking, I'll never get it done. But that's the great question about using credit cards on the primary market. When do you need USDC? If you guys have not, if you're willing to, check out my video on YouTube about specifically adding USDC to your wallet. Even if it's not something you needed, but you think it might be helpful to somebody else, you don't have to share it or anything. Just simply giving it a like and a comment would help me out tremendously. The more of those I can get, especially first when I first post a video, the better off and more likely that people will be able to see my content because of the old algorithms, you know. We live and die by the algorithms these days. I can't drop links here for my YouTube content as much as I'd love to. But if you guys are willing to go over and look on YouTube, my links are all over Twitter. It's at Nerds Unite Us on YouTube. Figured I would break even or lose. I read that. I feel the Disney drop is going to be hard for most to complete after the drop, but I'm going to get up in arms about it. Oh, not going to get up in arms about it. Yeah, there's no reason to. One, Funkos and Drop are not doing anything to try and scam anybody or hurt anybody. People's lack of education, or, and it sounds like a harsh word, their ignorance on the subject matter is not an excuse for them to act like a-holes. If you don't want to participate in the drop, if you don't understand it and you're not willing to learn, your option is to shut your pie hole, stop typing and being a keyboard warrior, and just go about your day. People are ruining other people's fun and misleading them into thinking that this is some horrible act of aggression by Funko and Drop by doing the things they do. Just shut your face. It's really not that hard. It's actually easier than being a keyboard warrior. And honestly, at this point, I don't like getting into arguments online, but I feel like in society, we really should tell people, just leave it alone. Just walk away, man. It's an option. You don't need to be a part of this. It's an A and B conversation. See your way out of it. But not everybody's going to feel comfortable doing that. I get it. I'm not telling you to go out and start a fight. That's not at all what I'm doing. I just think people should get called on their stupid ways. If you have opinions about something, if you want to say like, you know, oh, I don't think that what they're doing is right, then say that. But to say that all NFTs are a scam or a shill, things like that, you're just scaring people who might otherwise have gotten into it, and let them have their fun. The same person that would dog those Mickey and Friends NFTs for whatever reason may very well next year buy those NFTs at a convention and be perfectly happy with them because that's a mode of purchase and time and whatever that they're willing to get into. That's fine. I'm not going to stop you from buying it at a convention. What if I think that's stupid? I'm not going to tell you that. I got better things to do. But they sure think they need to share that opinion. What happened to my... Oh, I think... There it is. If someone is used to transferring out of your drop wallet to a different wallet like the Wham, will an error occur if you try to transfer a Disney NFT, or will it get lost into an abyss? My guess, Detroit Pop Guy, because I don't think that this has been outlined or specifically shared yet, is that Drop, because they code their own website and are in control of the functionality of that website, will simply disable the option for a transfer to any wallet that's not DP. So you'll probably go transfer, type in a wallet, and if you type .wham, it's going to give you some sort of error, or, and this is more likely, it won't be explained, it just won't be allowed. I don't think you'll be able to transfer it out and it'll get lost. What would be really interesting is if they didn't change their coding and you actually could transfer it over to Atomic Hub and it appeared there. Then we've got a whole other level of problems. I hope that's not the case. I hope that they've edited the code on their website appropriately and tested it. It seems like the only logical answer to me. But we don't know. We'll find out tomorrow once we get the first things in our wallet. Or if someone, you know, at Drop goes and shares something about it today. I don't anticipate we're going to get any additional information. If anything, I'm just hopeful that they go tonight. Guess what, everybody? We heard you. Trading is enabled on the website for tomorrow. You're all set to go. Enjoy your collecting. Yeah, I do want to test a common. Just I will probably as well, Detroit Pop Guy. I think that's a really good thought. But it wouldn't be good for Funko or Drop if that ended up accidentally being enabled, because my guess is, again, Disney has specifically said, we don't want you doing this. And then if Funko did it, they run the risk of losing that license by angering Disney. Odd take if I agree with someone to buy the set in wax and they send it to my wallet. Is that an option? If I agree with someone to buy the set in wax and they send it to my wallet, is that an option? In other words, let me see if I word this correctly, and then you say yes or no before I go on. You have stuff in your drop wallet, NFTs, that you have made a deal outside of drop, like a discussion on Twitter, Discord, whatever. And you said, hey, I will send you a full set of the royalty or 12 epics. You send me 400 wax. Then if they agree, you send them the stuff, and then in a separate transaction, they send you the wax. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Okay. I mean, in that case, you can do whatever you want. You're making transactions that don't require the other one to happen. There's no connective tissue between those two. So you can transfer all that stuff to them, and then they transfer you separately. It would be like me saying, I'm going to sell you those NFTs for cash. I'm going to send you the NFTs, and you put that in my hand. That kind of thing. Yeah, that's fine. Again, somebody just said it. Don't do that unless it's somebody you trust. There are too many people out there trying to scam one another for you to accidentally fall into. Now, if it's like one common, whatever. You're willing to lose that. But if it's a valuable, legendary, a grail, an epic, whatever, don't do it. Exactly, Detroit Pop Guy. Puff Puff Give. Who goes first? Pop and Stock! We're sorry that happened to you, but we love you. Shout out to Pop and Stock. If we got anybody watching that's just lurking, Pop and Stock website we'll talk about here in a minute is like the best resource, one of the top resources for collecting Funko NFTs that Pop and Stock have you ever been acknowledged by Drop and Funko? Have they ever shared any of your stuff? Just out of curiosity. I'm not bad mouthing them. I just want to know if they've like officially acknowledged you. They did me the other day and shared one of my videos, and I was honestly really, really surprised and happy about it. Because getting it in the hands of people that are going to benefit from it is my thing. Chucky said, if doing trades off the chain, I would suggest finding a middleman that both trust. I send NFTs to middlemen. You send wax to middlemen. Middlemen send stuff out after both parties have done what they say they do. So like a escrow account. Yeah, I think that's safe. That's smart. I would just do that with someone here because that's the only thing I trust. Just thinking of ideas since I don't and can't get USDC. Can you get verified, Natty6? That's the question that I need to probably talk about in a video or something. Drop sent me a t-shirt for the 2-year anniversary. They like a lot of my posts. I'm glad. Okay, that's awesome. So they acknowledge you and see your site, and I think that's amazing. I hope in time, because if they shared mine, then maybe they'll share some of your stuff too. I would like to see that. Speaking of Pop and Stock, this is a conversation you and I can have separate, but something I was thinking about is I'm hoping my content on YouTube takes off and really starts to help people with the NFTs and more. I would like to, at some point, do some education on your site via videos that like I'll talk about it and then go, oh, and here's a resource you can use for this, blah, 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 blah. Specifically, like I'm about to show you guys, I'd like to talk about using your site to look at the market watch to buy on Atomic Hub, etc., and sell on Drop to make some money, some USDC. My question to you is, and I'm sure you'd be okay with this, but my question to you is there certain ways you want me to talk about it, certain ways you want me to share, anything you do or don't want me to say? If you think of anything like that, send me a message and let me know. Drop also helped me with their API to connect to their marketplace. I have a good relation with Patrick and Nate. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I definitely want the world to know about your site. The ones who don't know that are going to come over because this is Disney, it's going to bring new people in, whether or not it's tomorrow or after the NFTs have gone live and then they're interested in getting them on the market. We've got 121 days of eligibility for people to come in and start collecting before the snapshot is taken. That's a long time. We're into what, February to January to February to March. We're into March for people to collect the Mickey and Friends set on the secondary market. And then they can still collect after that, but they wouldn't be able to get the physical pops via the same process. So there's going to be a lot of education for people. If Disney goes well, that may open the door for other licenses. Yeah, 1,000,000% agree. And I think it's a Funko has a relationship with Disney. It's been proven time and time again, going all the way back to the early Pops, maybe even Wobblers of Disney going, well, you guys do the thing. Let's see how it goes. And then if it goes well, we'll do more. To be fair, the most I trust is Sully's beard, but not Sully's mouth. That seems sus. It's so stupid. Okay. Let's transition to a discussion here. Again, I'm pretending like there's some people lurking that don't want to ask questions. So here, let me preface this correctly. I'm going to switch over here. We're going to go to Pop and Stock's website. Here's the scenario. You don't have. Wait, did I ever hear from you? 926 at the moment can't get verified because I need a new device. Oh, that was that's right. Okay, that was the thing holding you back. But you could get verified, meaning if someone were to transfer USDC to your hexadecimal wallet, that would be okay. But you can't go to Coinbase, get approval there to purchase USDC to transfer to your account. So you could make a purchase of USDC through a third party, through somebody like our buddy Jeff that helps people out over on Digital Pop Kingdom. He's associated with them. Okay, so here's the scenario. Oh, we don't need Rocket League up in the corner. Here's the scenario. You want USDC in your drop account. Let me bring drop account over. You don't have any, or you don't have enough. I've been blessed. Oh, I sold another thing. I'm up to $242 in USDC, and all but $20 of that has come at the hands of me taking an item that I got from a pack or making a purchase on the Wax blockchain for a Funko NFT, transferring that over to Drop, and then selling it. And in almost every single case, I've made a profit. So, I'm gonna show you guys the best approach, I think, for doing this. Maybe you don't even want to get prepped for Mickey and Friends tomorrow, but you think there's a likelihood in the future there's going to be a drop that I must participate in where I'm going to need USDC. Or, and think about this, there are plenty of items right now that are selling cheaper on Drop than they are on Atomic Hub. We can actually look at any set. Let's take a look at Back to the Future from on the Pop and Stock website. He has this wonderful tool for looking to see how much it would cost you to complete a royalty set. I'm going to look that up now because I know I'm missing some epics. If I want to look and see between my wallets, because I do have some of these NFTs in each wallet, or I might, I can put those in, hit submit, and come down and see, one, it would take me about $28 to complete a royalty set. And if I come down, here are the items I need to purchase to add to my wallet to complete a royalty set. Anything in green, with the DP logo in green right here. For instance, I need to purchase a Biff Tannen. It's showing, by showing a green, it lets me know that it is less expensive on Drop than it is on Atomic Hub. Let's take a look. If I click on the Drop logo, it's going to take me over. I can purchase a Biff Tannen for $8.99 right there. If I click on the Atomic Hub logo, oops, was that the right one? Biff Tannen. I click on that one, and it should be more than $8.99. The cheapest one. It is. It's $10.56. So in this scenario, I can save myself $1 and change, $1.50-ish, whatever I forgot what the other one was, $8.99. So yeah, $1.57. I can save myself by buying it on Drop. I want to buy it, so it would behoove me to have some USDC to make that purchase, especially if I made a profit when getting that USDC. I'm just profiting even more now by buying a less expensive of the same NFT to complete my royalty set. So I come over here and go, bam, buy a lowest listing. I'm not going to do it right now, because to me, every dollar I have in USDC is precious for tomorrow, because I don't know what kind of opportunities may present themselves. We may see packs going dirt cheap, and I'm going to scoop them up. If they go under retail, I'm scooping them up, because I think Mickey and Friends in the long run could be a real success. But you can do that. So it would always be good to have some USDC. So going back a step now, I know it probably caused some confusion here. I want to buy some stuff on the Wax blockchain, sell it on drop, and make a profit. How do I do that? The best utility that I know is to go to Poppin' Stock's new Market Watch. Isn't that interesting, Punk? I find it very interesting. So if I go to the Market Watch, this is an overview by collection of where the values of all the NFTs are currently. Let me go to, let's use Back to the Future again as an example. Let's see if there's anything beneficial in here. What I'm looking for, here's all the items, all the commons. There's even packs up at the top. All the commons, uncommons, rares, epics, legendaries. Now, I don't think it's going to help you to do this with rares and lower. But packs, legendaries, epics, grails, I did that in a weird order. You could probably find yourself some benefits here. What we're looking for is a spread, a high spread. See that was the blue area on this column over here? I'll zoom in a little bit. The blue column right here that I just trimmed off by zooming in too much. We're looking for a spread that is a larger number, where the drop price is higher, not lower in this case. So we're looking for the opposite of what we normally would care about, is higher than the Atomic Hub price. In this case, look at this. Griff 2015 can be purchased on Atomic Hub right now for $45.02. It's the lowest listing, not what it's sold for. The lowest listing right now over on Drop is $58.97. That's a spread of $13.95, meaning even after 10% cut in a sale, if I buy this legendary Griff and then sell it over, transfer it over and sell it on Drop, I can actually make a profit while converting my wax to USDC. Yo, Verdant, what's happening? How are you now? And Justin, what's going on? I'm going to actually do it and show you. Okay, so, and let's do the math on this. Griff 2015. Let's see if I'm right about this. We'll do a little research here. Griff 2015. I'm going to go and buy it on Atomic Hub. So I'm going to click on Atomic Hub. Let's see if it's still available for $45.02. By the way, I think that's a pretty low price. $45.57. Not a big difference. I'm gonna go buy it now. I'm gonna make the purchase. I pay no fees on this, so there's no money taken out. I am going to spend exactly 699 wax, or $45.57. $45.57. Now I'm gonna take that from my inventory, which is available immediately when I make a purchase over here. I'm gonna transfer that $45.57 NFT as soon as the WDM team allows me to see my NFTs. I mean, you could, Misty, but think about if you had to buy on Atomic Hub, turn around, sell on Drop, how many commons where you might be making a profit of, I don't know, a nickel, maybe 10 cents? How many of those do you have to sell? How much time does that take in order for it to be effective for you? Maybe maybe you feel safer doing that, and you're absolutely welcome to do so, but just value your time. Is it worth you making 400 transactions? And by the way, you may not sell any of those. That's a hopeful thing. It's not worth your time, I don't think. I'm going to transfer this NFT. It must be a Funko NFT, by the way. I think that really should go without saying, but we might have some noobs here. Noob's not a bad thing. Just, you're uneducated so far. All right, we're going to transfer this over to my Sully.dp wallet. Give it the few minutes it takes to show up. And then we're going to list it for sale on Drop. And we'll see, after fees, if I sell it for that price, how much would I make? Now, let me go to my inventory by clicking on the double cards. I'm going to leave it right here because I just transferred this Funkoween pack and this Jurassic Park pack, and I put these up for sale. I think what I sold most recently was a Back to the Future pack. Can I look at that? Activity? Yeah, I sold a Back to the Future premium pack for $59.65 yesterday. I paid $29.99 for that. So I profited $30 while converting, I think. I may have used a credit card. But regardless, I used a credit card to buy that pack at when it came out for Back to the Future, $29.99. Sold it for $59.65. There were some fees. Let's see if it shows the fees. Yep. I paid $5.97. So if we take that, do that math, $53.68 minus $29. I made a profit while converting to USDC and paid, I didn't have to pay the weird Ethereum-based $6 fee to transfer anything. No, I meant check my listings are at the best price to sell. You should always, yeah, you should absolutely verify and check. You can go into your listings. You can look at what you have listed, and you can see your listed price. Like in this case, I have mine listed for $8.90. It's actually up behind my head there. Now I got it up a bit. I can see I have it listed for $8.90. The lowest listing on the market currently is $8.89. Mine is less likely to sell. I'll edit the listing, change that to $8.85, because we know human nature is to buy the cheapest one, usually. Now I'm the lowest one on the market. You may have to go back and check that regularly and get those set, in which I have done. I've gone back and checked multiple times in hopes of selling that. Word to the wise, and this is not financial advice. It never is. I don't know why I have to tell anybody that. Word to the wise is you're not guaranteed to make any of these sales at the listing you put it at. You may list, like I'm about to list this Griff, for, I want to try to make at least $46 off the sale in order to make a profit. I may list it with plenty of room to make that profit, but somebody else may undercut me before that sale happens, and I have to keep lowering the price, and eventually it may backfire on me. I may not sell it at all. They could, Randy, see if they're paying attention. My hope is a purchase is made before that happens, or it is a race to the bottom, Yamster. Agreed. Or it's very incremental changes. The racing to the bottom I always refer to is when people are undercutting each other by a significant amount. Like if the lowest listing on the market for a pack on the day of drop tomorrow is $36 and then somebody sells it for $34, that's a significant difference in my opinion. Coming down by a penny or two, it's not so bad. That's more of a marketing tactic in my opinion. It is still technically a race to the bottom, but it's a crawl to the bottom. It'd be interesting to watch the secondary market development tomorrow for sure. Yeah, it's going to be unique. It's going to be very different from what we've seen in the past, because you may have people that don't even understand this is a drop exclusive. They may purchase packs for the purpose of flipping, find out they can't transfer them over to Atomic Hub, and then be forced to sell if they think they're going to get anything out of it at all, and really find themselves, that may be a race to the bottom. That's another reason why I want as much USDC on hand as possible to take advantage of that situation, especially if it's flippers. It'd be great to be able to take advantage of what they're doing, and then profit for myself in the long run, either by opening packs or selling and making a profit. Okay, so Griff transferred over. We're picking up where we left off. I can now click on this, list on market, and like I said, the lowest listing right now is $58.97. If I sold it at $58.96 even, after fees, I think it tells you here. Let me go to 58. I'll just go to $58.95. I would receive $53.05, which would be, I think, about a $7.50 profit while converting wax to USDC. So I don't have to put anything on my debit card or my bank account. It's not coming out of my actual money. It's coming out of wax I already have. I'm paying fees, but those fees are, it doesn't even matter because I'm making a profit of around $7.50. So I'm actually going to list it for sale at exactly that, and then hope that the sale happens. I'll need to check back and see what happens. What we don't have, at least as far as I know, maybe Pop and Stock could chime in and tell me where to look. I don't think we have any kind of history that's available for us to see what sales have happened. It'd be nice if they added that to Token Head. I don't think that they have yet. I looked at other and I don't see anything. I can look at all listings and I can see what's there, but I don't believe I can see past transactions. I'm buying and selling between marketplaces every day to grind that little profit. I really wonder how many people are playing that game. Yeah. I think it behooves us all to do that. You can take advantage with your financial questions by hitting that follow and subscribe button today for a hamburger on Tuesday. Wow. I'm not putting that on the poster, Netu6. Seems misleading. Poppin' Stock says not from their site. It's possible to see the sales history from their API, I think. I mean, that could be an interesting thing if that data is appearing anywhere. I would love to know where. Or, somebody could always add that to their website, and that might be a helpful tool, because I find it helpful to look in Atomic Hub and see previous sales. It gives me an idea of the trends of that item. So for instance, if I look at Back to the Future Doc 1885, I can come down and look at this. Look, what does that tell me? That tells me a lot of things. One, original sales prices for this were around 1,250 wax, but recently some have sold for much higher than that. At least last week they did. By the way, all Atomic Hub right now does not include drop sales. That is all Atomic Hub or wax sales, not Atomic Hub specifically. Plus, I can see the last few sales in dollar amounts. Since wax has been going up, that sales price in wax doesn't help me as much as knowing what's the dollar amount it sold for. And look at those recent sales. 72, I'm rounding up. 60, 65, 72, 72. So I know that the Doc is kind of hot right now compared to where he was. Lowest sale ever was $54.53. That's really helpful information to me, knowing when I'm trying to look at where's the trajectory of an NFT. I love that chart. I mean, that's pretty telling to me that there was at least some fluctuation and some real interest last week. Some of these are just, you're going to look at and they're just going to trend up, period. Look at, we had a nice uptick for the Back to the Future packs. They've come down a little bit since then, but there's a chance they could continue to go back up. What about that Griff 2015 I just listed for sale? He's actually trended down. That's interesting to me. I think Drop will add the sales history on their site at some point in a future update. I hope so. But I like that data. So, I mean, maybe that's something that would behoove us all. One of the benefits, too, of the Drop Marketplace is the notifications that you get. Sorry, I blanked in the middle of a thought. The notifications that you get via email, and the fact that you can easily look at your transaction history. Honestly, I like the way, if I go to activity, and then I can filter by sales. You can do this on Atomic Hub too, but I like the way this is formatted and laid out. It's a nice, easy thing to look at. Look at that. I've sold quite a few items on there. Again, almost every one of those for a profit to get to where I'm at. Oh, look. That Power Rangers pack just sold. Look at that. See, the race to the bottom, it benefited me in this case. I just sold it. Or wait, or is that just the listing? No, it sold. So it's no longer in my listings. That pack is gone out of there. Look, I sold one of the two packs. So guess what? I'm going to edit this listing as well. Now the lowest listing is $889. I'm going to change it to $885 again. See if I can get another sale. I didn't undercut the market too bad. I made an extra, or I lost 4 cents over the next closest guy. I was excited when I looked at my tokens on Nifty Blocks and saw I had $7,000 worth of CV points, but then got sad when I found out I can't convert to wax. Well, you can't directly to convert to wax, but are there people out there that are looking for CV points and willing to pay for them? You could do a transaction using someone as an intermediary, as a... I just used the word earlier. Escrow account. You could sell it. That would be interesting. I know I have quite a few CV points as well. How did you determine it's worth $7,000? Where does that value come from? That would indicate that in some way, shape, or form, CV points have been sold or converted into something else that was worth $7,000. Like, I'd be interested to know that. CV points are you can earn through a Wax DAO farm for the Cyber Vandals project. Like, let's look. You said you saw it on NFT Blocks. If I go to my NFT Blocks account, I have a lot as well. I don't know if I have as many as Nadu does. I'll connect and log in with my Wax Cloud wallet. Well, okay, I know it shows there, Nadu6, but the question is, how do we determine that that is the value? How do they determine that that is the value? Just because they say that, I'm not sure of how they've come to that conclusion, is what I'm getting at. So CV points, I have $7,700 worth of CV point. And actually, if I go into my Wax DAO farm, which I have here, my Wax DAO wallet, which I've only claimed on, maybe it's been over a week, and I go in and claim rewards, I think we'll see that I have quite a few more CV point to bring in. There's 600 Skunky, there's 776 CV point, 508 CV point, 67 Skunky. I'll go ahead and claim all of this, and then we'll see how much of an impact. Currently, my tokens 7699. Once that transaction is complete, 7975. But how did they determine that value? The value of something is what someone else is willing to pay for it. We know we can easily sell a Wax token to someone else. We've done it. Whether that's converting over to USDC and exiting, taking it out of your account, or if that is selling to someone. I've sold Wax. You give me PayPal money, I give you Wax. Who's buying CV point, and how is that tracked here? Can I convert it in any way? I can send to another user, but I don't know how I can convert it. Yeah, Yamster, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass on the deal. I don't think wooden nickels are gonna do a lot for me. Black Fang, isn't that available to sell on Wax on Edge? I don't know. That's a good question. But even if it is, who's buying and for what purpose? And I'm not asking that to be difficult about the valuation here. I'm asking that to know, wait a minute, am I missing out on an opportunity to use my CV point for something very helpful to me? Well, but we're still not answering the question. Think about it. Take yourself out of the how and ask the why. Why is CV point worth $7,975? Where else can I use CV point to purchase something or to convert to something that has value? There is 34.8 Wax in liquidity you could extract. I don't understand what that means. I'm a little ignorant when it comes to crypto. That's why I'm asking these questions. Don't know if the liquidity is there. Explain that to me like I'm a 5-year-old, to quote one of my favorite tweets over the weekend. Why does CV point have that value? What does that liquidity mean? In a very simple statement. Because I'm sure I'm not the only one confused by this. Nefty estimates. Okay, again, that's a how that we get to that number. I'm asking the why. I know this is irritating that I keep going back to this like a kid going why, but a dollar has value because everybody said the dollar has value, and I can give you $1 to get $1's worth of something. What can I use CV point for? Wax on Edge uses liquidity on Taco, Alcor, and DeFi Box and finds the best deal for you. Yeah, it still doesn't. Do we understand the question? Again, it sounded like that was a sarcastic remark. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm truly trying to understand, because if I can understand in layman's terms, I can help others understand in layman's terms. We often rely on this happens a lot with the Funko values. What's the value of that pop? Well, I saw on the whether it's the Funko app or Pop Price Guide or any of the other sites, it's worth $30. Why is it worth $30? It's worth $30 because somebody, probably on eBay, several purchases, $31, $32, $28, $29, $30, they averaged out to $30 in sales. You don't understand this discussion? So I'll back up then, because maybe this will help. What we're looking at here is a coin that I earned called CV Point. It's similar to Wax. Wax is a coin. Wombat has a coin. Crittercraft has a coin. And looking at this, which is a valuation, a current valuation of my tokens or coins on NFT blocks, I have earned 44,833 of this CV Point. As far as I know, I can't log into any site and purchase anything using CV Point, with the exception of possibly going on Nifty blocks and purchasing some NFTs made available by cyber vandals. That's the CV and CV Point. And I'll look and see if that's something I could buy. If I could buy an NFT from them and turn around and sell it on the secondary market for $40 or $50, that there is giving me a value of why that CV Point is worth $7,975. Trying to figure out how we've given that a value. Chucky asks the question, this isn't the answer. So liquidity is kind of like the US dollar being backed by something? It was at one point, it's not anymore. Willowbard says, oh wait, here we go. Tune 2K. Liquidity is what is there for people to trade their token to another one. If your bank only has €5, but you want to trade $200, they can still only give you €5. I don't know that gives me the why. Willowbard says, in the liquidity pool, there is both Wax and CV Point. In the Wax part of the pool, there is only 34.8 Wax. I believe that is the Wax liquidity. So Willowbard's saying the same thing as Tune 2K, but that still doesn't tell me why the CV Point has been valued at what it's been valued at. Agreed, Natu6. Yeah. Poppin' Stock says in the liquidity pool, people are staking CV Point and Wax. Same value on both sides. So other people can swap those coins until one side still has liquidity. People staking make a profit on fees. Yeah, I feel like this is something I need to watch several YouTube videos on to fully appreciate. I don't think I have the answer I want yet. Exactly. Neon Space Boys could probably answer this. I have no idea where the value comes from. It does not have that value on exchanges. That is a fair answer. We don't know why. But somehow Nifty Blocks says that there's that value. If anybody knows how I can cash out on a chunk of that, I'd love the answer. Yep, that's supply and demand. But for the Disney stock to be valued at $7,000, there would have to be sales at $7,000 per share. That's not happening. I just want to turn all my random coins into Wax. Not sure what to do with any. So you can exchange one coin for another. So that is where swaps like Taco Swap come into play. If I go to Taco Swap, that's just one of them that I know that I trust. It's been around for a long time. There was another one, Wax on Edge was just mentioned. I don't really know anything about it, but I know Taco Swap. So we have our dollars. We know we have our dollars. But if someone handed us a stock certificate, we could go to our broker, who will take it to the exchange, who will get us money for that stock certificate. We could look at it kind of like that. If we have a coin, which if I log in on Taco Swap, it's going to look at my Wax wallet and determine what coins I have. If we look up here, I can see how much Wax I have. I can see how much Taco I have. Let's see if it will see what other coins I have. I'm going to refresh the site and see if it'll show me. Speculative stocks. Yeah, that's a different conversation. Tune 2K, that's a good piece of advice I have not done in the past. You could check multiple exchanges, Taco, Alcor, Wax on Edge. Wax on Edge does that for you to see where you get the best deal. One way or another, you still need to perform the swap and you would get something for it. Let's see, can I switch this to another swap? Let me go to swap up here. Why is nothing responding? I want to see my... It's just being real slow. Let me try this. It does, Chucky? Okay, maybe that's the problem. Oh, there we go. Okay. So look, I have CV Point, I have Sasha, I have Motive, I have Skunky, Wombat, etc. Let's take Wombat, for example. I have 4,245. Let's see if I can convert that to Wax. And if I put in, say, I want to give you 1,000 Wombat, I could get 45.39 Wax. Because right now, that Wombat is worth the 45.39 Wax. How they get to that value, I don't fully know, but that's currently what it's worth. Now let's check this Wax on Edge you guys were saying and see what 1,000 Wombat is worth. Let me write this down because it's going to check multiple places. I am not in a position to tell you definitively how all this works. I'm showing you my understanding currently so that in hopes it will get an answer here in the chat and or it will give us some resources or some things to look at. Let me check again. Let's go to Wombat. Oh, let me connect my wallet first. Chucky, yes, I understand that. That's why I'm doing it now. Okay, I've connected my wallet. 1,000 Wombat. According to this, I could get 45.45 Wax. Does it show me where we would be making that swap? I don't see that, but I don't... Oh, here we go. Down here. Taco, Alcor V2, DeFi Box, Alcor Market. And it looks like Alcor V2 would be the best exchange that would get me that 45.45 Wax. We look down here, we see what I just saw, and that is that Taco would have gotten me 45.39 Wax. So, however they determine their cut or fees per site, I don't know. I'm not in a place to describe that or explain it, but I do know that Alcor V2 would take the least amount of money in me making that swap. When swapping, you also have to look at what is called price impact. If liquidity is low, that percentage will be high and sink the pool. Yeah, you're speaking almost German to me at that point. And I understand zero German. There's a 0.5% slippage there. All I know is that means I lose some. That means I'm going to lose some. The minimum I would receive is 45.22 Wax. Which, if I wanted to make that conversion, I could. I could get rid of that Wombat. And then I could get Wax. Okay, that makes sense, Chucky. Pop and Duo, do you know how long funds stay on hold in Coinbase before they can be sent to drop? When I did my transfer the other day in my video, I purchased the USDC, and then I made the transfer, and it only took a little over 2 minutes to make the transfer before it actually appeared in my wallet. That was an important part of that I wanted to see, because I had heard from some people that it takes a long time. Now, to be 100% fair, I forgot to note this in my video. I had created my Coinbase account years ago. I don't know if there is more of a holding period if you've just created the account. I don't know. But if you just created your account today, maybe it holds it longer. I don't know. But it only took 2 minutes for my transfer to go through 100%. Now, there are times on the Ethereum blockchain, which is how that is being handled, weirdly. You would think it'd be on Wax, considering Drop is built on Wax. I don't understand that either. But there are times where there is more traffic on the Ethereum blockchain, which would then slow down those transactions. Okay, so Pop and Duo, when you go to make that transfer, let me see. Let's go to my YouTube video. I noted this. If you bought $20, chances are you cannot. I know you cannot transfer a full $20. You would have to take into account that there is a fee. There's a squirrel. Literally, I just squirreled out in the fence. That's the second time today I've done that. Let me go to my channel because I have a link here that we may find helpful. How to add that USDC to your wallet. Card, a bank account. Here's not a credit card, a debit card, a bank account. Down here I have some links, and one is this Gas Now price estimate. So when you make those transactions, there is a fee. It actually looks like the fee right now, if you transfer any amount of USDC from your Coinbase account to drop, it will cost you $5.56-ish. It fluctuates so quickly, you probably wouldn't see that if you went to make your transfer. So in that case, you'd only be able to transfer $14.44. Actually, probably a little under. So let's call it $14.40. You'd be able to transfer because there is that fee. You want to make sure that that fee and the amount transferred don't go over the total amount and value you have. Yep, exactly. So, yeah, you should be able to do it, Pop and Duo, that's irritating. That is a lot of money as a percentage of the amount you're trying to transfer. I'm still very, very confused on that. I wish there was at least a way. If not, I want to transfer, like, you ever do setting up like auto deposit or auto withdrawal from an account for anything, and they go, hey, we're gonna add two amounts to your bank account right now, and we want you to share with us what those two amounts are. It's a test. Once you confirm that, then they erase those conversions or those deposits, and it's no longer a thing with your account. Why can't I do some sort of test where I put in a penny just to make sure that transaction will go through correctly to the correct wallet and then make a full transfer? Oh, 2 and 2K. It's the main reasons I have avoided Ethereum almost 100%. When there are other options out there, I don't understand why people are still playing around on Ethereum when Wax has little to no transaction fees. Doesn't make any sense to me. And if I do need to pay any fees for RAM or CPU or any of that stuff, they're very minimal. I never spent $5 on anything on Wax other than maybe an account or total all my RAM. But knowing that, maybe that was what was impacting that Pop and Do, I don't know. Without looking at your account, I wouldn't know. Barnes says, last I used, it took 24 hours due to a new account, but after that, it goes right through within 10 minutes. So there you go, which is going to be another barrier. We've got at least 5 or 6 pretty significant barriers for new folks coming over to the exclusive drop of Mickey and Friends tomorrow. Creating your accounts, getting verified, getting USDC, which, by the way, you don't have to have for the drop tomorrow. You do have to have it for the secondary market. You're going to want it. That's okay if it comes over slowly. Maybe in 3 days you buy the NFTs or packs on the secondary market that you want. You can still make the primary purchase of packs. But these barriers are going to keep sales down. My working theory for tomorrow is Disney will bring more people to the yard. Whatever. It's going to bring more people to the drop. However, a good chunk of those are not going to understand how all this works, and they'll become distracted, or they'll become frustrated, and they'll quit. They're going to turn to the resources they think are there, i.e. they're going to look at Drop's website and try to get their answers there. They're going to turn to Funko and Drop in social media, try to get the answers there. I don't know if Drop is being responsive to people. They probably are. They're doing a pretty good job lately on other things. I don't know if people are getting the answers they need. Will they think to go look on YouTube to see if someone like myself has provided answers? I don't know. Will they bother to sit through a 22-minute video about getting USDC and transferring to their Drop account? It's going to be unlikely. It's going to be unlikely. Tune2K says, to answer your question, on the blockchain, every transaction has to be verified and written into the chain, so the amount you transfer does not matter, and a test isn't possible. I was afraid that was the answer. I figured that's what it was, Tune2K. Sure, it would be nice if there was some way to build that in to the code and contracts of the Ethereum blockchain. Maybe it's not possible at all. Maybe it's, I know we're on Ethereum version 2, aren't we? Some of these gas fees used to be hundreds of dollars, which is nuts that anyone ever occupied that space. And the confusion will lead to Drop/Funko not burning packs tomorrow. Continue the sales beyond the usual 4 hours, just one, guys. So you think that they will leave the packs up for sale and not go to a burn tomorrow? I honestly hope you're right. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know why they've ever done it. So I don't know why they would change anything tomorrow. If they do the sales tomorrow of the... It's a lot of packs. Let's go to digital.funko.com. Was it 21,005 of each or more? $21,250 of each. If this selling the packs still can happen without you having to have USDC, all you have to do is have a drop account. But if people have researched the drop exclusive thing enough and they think there will be barriers that they don't want to overcome that could affect their decision making to buy those packs. My guess is it's not going to sell out because of the barriers, and therefore they could burn quite a bit. If they end up burning any more than 20% of this, any at all is bad. But if they burn 20% or more of this is just my theory, I think it reflects badly on their ability to make the sales, and thus shakes the foundation and the trust that Disney would have with digital NFTs on the drop site. And therefore Disney may not want to play again. It scares me. I don't want that to be the case. I want people to feel comfortable in being ready to do things on that secondary market, to have the USDC, to be ready. Miss Fancy Cherry says she thinks they'll burn. Nadu says, you know what? If someone could educate you like Neon Space and you presented it on YouTube videos, I think it would be a good series. I agree. I don't know if it's necessarily a rabbit hole I want to go down. I would like to understand more. Keezy says, still wild to me that they're doing all this without having a trading system, but I guess that's how you build up your marketplace. I don't disagree. They used an interesting phrase when somebody asked that. Oh, Kenshin, can you elaborate? I asked what? Sorry, I jumped around topics. Detroit Pop Guy says, especially with Disney, they want to prove to them that this is popular and great, so Disney lets them do a drop again. I don't see them burning as fast as the others. I don't know. What is the reasoning behind the burn? That is all. I've always struggled with that, and the only theory I could come up with, and it's pretty crappy, I'll be honest, is they usually do the burn at 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock Pacific time. That means it's 5 o'clock Eastern. And 5 o'clock is usually when people's days end and they go home. This is the best I can come up with so far. So they don't want things happening while they're not in the office. Things go awry, the site goes down, there's a problem with transactions, etc., etc., etc. They can't be there to manually pull the emergency lever to turn it all off. Thus, they go, we don't want to deal with it. We don't think it's going to sell any further. Might as well yank the ripcord and let's get out of here at 5 when we want to go home. It's a pretty crappy theory. But what if it's right? They will have less buyers in restricted states. No. I believe those restricted states, there are not restricted states on making a purchase of the packs. There are restricted states on getting a verified account and adding USDC to your account, which are secondary market transactions. The primary market transactions, the only restrictions are Cuba, Iran, North Korea, Syria, etc., etc., etc. It's all listed here. The only restrictions are secondary market. So the only way it's a restriction is if someone goes, oh, I'm going to purchase a packs tomorrow. Wait a minute. Let me think through the next step That is, I want to sell this, I have to have a verified account. How many people are going to make that connection right away? I think we're going to have a lot of people that just buy the packs and then go, oh, cool, let me transfer these over. Oh, wait, I can't transfer them. Oh, crap. Okay, let me sell them here on drop. Wait, I have to be verified? How do I do that? There's going to be a lot of people tomorrow being like, how do I get verified? I want to sell. There's going to be some anger there. Callard says, I think they'll sell out. I think people will be buying packs to sell on the secondary market to get USDC. It probably could be true if they don't think down the road to those other barriers. You could be absolutely right. No, you're not blocked from the drop. You're blocked official. I don't believe so. You're because if you purchased packs before ever, that didn't change. You can still purchase packs. And you could still transfer packs to another account, but you can't sell through their marketplace. That's a distinction. What about teaming up with Neon Space for a stream where you ask all your questions? I bet a lot. Yes, that would be helpful. My hindrance, my hesitation is, am I going to understand what they say? I love those guys to death. They're very knowledgeable. I have watched with open eyes and open mind a few times and been like, okay, today's the day I'm going to understand pools and liquidity and how to put my wax to work for me. And then I watch for 10 minutes and I'm like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. And I also have other things I want to do. This is not a shot at them. I simply can't. It's not going through my thick brain. Chucky, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know what time. Hawaii's the other way 4 hours, I think, right? So maybe my theory is, like I said, it's a crappy theory. If the drop does not sell out, any remaining packs will be removed from circulation. Drop responded to questions over the week, specifically to Disney. But did they say in what time frame, Kenshin? Yeah, and I still hold to the fact that the way that they're doing it now is not what I would like to see. I would love to see them doing the open and burn so that we can look on the blockchain and determine how many grails, legendaries, one of ones, if they exist. They apparently don't on this one. I want to look at that today as well. How many of those are actually burned and how many are actually left in packs? Right now, when they remove from circulation, i.e. burning the packs, we don't know, because it doesn't happen, the contents are not burned. What's left in the pool is not burned, thus we never know. It's a question mark. Max is good at explaining things. Explains it like it's nothing, but I only understand 25% of what he's saying. It's too technical. See, that's what I'm saying. It's not a shot at them. They're smarter than me, period. That's it. That's the end of that equation. I think quite a bit of people are going to be shocked tomorrow when they realize they can't trade/get rid of their NFTs as easy as past drops. I agree. Zach Bonifer. It's rare you and I are on the same page. I'm kidding. But there it is. Official said, I thought that packs couldn't be sold on other secondary markets and drop. That is correct. Sure, I could buy packs, but then either open them or be stuck with them based on my inability to be verified. So you're right and right, but what you're leaving out is you can still transfer packs to another .dp account without being verified, i.e. you could sell not on their marketplace. I'm using very specific wording on purpose. You can't sell on their marketplace, but you could make a verbal deal with somebody that you know to go, I will sell you these packs at $33 a piece. You send me $66 on PayPal and I will send you 2 packs. And you could make the transfer after you receive the funds. You could still do that. You could still sell epics in that fashion. You can't do it on their marketplace. I know that's a confusing distinction, but you still have tools available to you in that you can transfer items to another DP account without being verified. I'm 99% sure of that. Sounds like it could be a high value drop with lower quantity after the drop, possibly. I.e., I think I understand what you're saying is that if they do burn a bunch of packs, it could raise the value of the remaining packs and NFTs, which is what we saw with Stranger Things. So theoretically, yes, it's possible. Oh, good to know. Kenshin said they did not respond with the time. removed from circulation could mean goes to the drop market. I don't think it does, because that still means they're in circulation. You and Zach on the same page. Did hell freeze over? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely official. I don't ever want it to sound like I'm talking down to anybody. I know it comes across that way to some. They're like, oh, Sully got all serious. I just know how important it is to use the right words, because I want you to understand. Words are very important. That distinction between a trade through the platform's provided trade area, like Atomic Hub, and making a trade with somebody are two different things. A trade with somebody can be in that platform, but a trade with somebody can also be a verbal contract that then is two separate transactions. All squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. That's the reference I always go back to. My hesitation, Kenshin, is that if they meant it as these will be available on our marketplace later, why not just use those words? And plus, they have not done that to date, which to me makes the most sense. Why not transfer the existing packs from that pool, if that's possible, to the official Drop DP account, if there is one, probably is, and then putting them up for sale at a retail price. They should never discount the cost of the packs on the secondary market. The first time they do that, they will set a precedent, and all future drops will suffer because of it. Unless it's some license that absolutely, like if they got Marvel, the next big Marvel movie, if they did Marvel Avengers and it was the hottest NFTs ever with nice low pop counts, they might sell out. But anybody else would be like, I'm going to wait till these go on sale in the secondary market at cheaper, at a discount. I'll just wait. Just like we all call Wax P Wax, then Wax is the blockchain itself. Not just like that, but that is an also confusing set of words that we use. I don't think that matches my analogy, but it is, both are confusing. I agree with that. Yeah, this is look how long of a conversation are we having on this? And you've got to, as a platform, as a company, you can market all day, but you have to be able to, your audience has to understand. And I think there is a severe lack of understanding from people who are new to this. Even people who are familiar with it. I had to go educate myself and research to understand some of these things. I had never used Coinbase to buy and transfer USDC until the last couple 3 days. And it took me some time watching their video, seeing that there are differences between Drop's video and what the platform actually looked like. We want our hand held when it comes to things like that could cost us a lot of money if we make a mistake. The average pop collector understands going to the Funko website to buy with a credit card, or buying from a small shop, or buying on eBay. These are all things we've all been doing for a long time. Makes perfect sense. This, while even though it's been around for a year and a half, 2 years, is still a new set of tools in a world that most people don't understand and or are confused by and or are hesitant to get into because of all the negativity around it. Oh, crypto, you're going to lose your shirt. Don't get into that crypto. It's the worst. Look what happened here. Look what happened here. It's all dying. This is the kind of conversations going on from people that are uneducated or ignorant, and I don't mean they're stupid because they don't have an IQ. I mean they literally have not taken the time to understand, therefore should not be speaking on the matter. Now, not without the right words. I don't understand liquidity pools. That's why I presented it to you guys, as I'm not your authority on this. I'm putting this out there so I can hopefully understand. I try to be as transparent and clear in my wording as possible. But even then, somebody may zoom in for a couple minutes, zoom out, pick up a few words I said, take that like, oh, that guy didn't know what he's talking about, or that guy's angry about NFTs. If you're just here for the last 30 seconds, you don't know I was quoting the internet. You're like, oh, he just hates NFTs. Why is he even talking about it? Stuff taken out of context. But I just think that when I was doing that work for an NFT company before that went horribly awry because they bailed on the project, I would tell the guy all the time, my job, if I come on board with this project, is education, training. And he's like, why? People can just go and figure it out. Like, no, they can't. People are not willing as a whole. Some are, but not all are, and not all are going to figure it out overnight. They need their hand held. They need training. They need education. They need resources to go to when they have questions. They need real help, or else this NFT and crypto thing will not be successful. It will not be a long-term thing, because if you only have 5% of a possible audience, you can't grow. If you want to go from 5% to 10, 15, 20, whole adoption, you need training and resources. I can't drop link with credit card also. And again, if they did, it's only accepting cards from some countries and not all. Good question. Don't know. How did NFT Blocks do it? And where is the restrictions? NFT Blocks did it. Why does Drop have their own website instead of just functioning on the blockchains? Why does Drop not do things like the other sites? I mean, I'm not dogging them, not bad mouthing them. What I'm saying is, these are questions I'd love to know the answers to. Thank you, Miss Fancy Cherry. I love these conversations too, because you guys make me think about questions. And so when I'm out looking at, because I'm constantly on watching shorts, watching Instagram, Twitter, videos put out by other creators. I'm constantly trying to wrap my mind around this, because I still, Cal disagrees with me on this a little bit, at least in previous conversations, but I still wholeheartedly believe that we are early to this conversation. We are years ahead of full NFT adoption. We have a whole generation of kids that are coming up now, and I've heard this from multiple resources, so it wasn't just that one conversation with the Drop guys. We have a whole generation of kids that are comfortable with the term NFT. We have a whole generation of kids who are comfortable with the idea of owning a digital asset that to them has value. Hey, Miss Fancy Cherry, Tier 1, 20 months, thank you, Miss Fancy Cherry. Always brightens my day to see your name in the chat. Oh, Black Fang, I'm happy to, man. And if you ever think I'm wrong and you want to share, please do. Just keep it family friendly and positive. That's all I ask. People can say I disagree with you and here's the reason why, and I'll go, oh, okay, let me research this. Maybe I'm wrong too. I'm willing to say my bad. There's another thing we all need to be able to do. I think they have their own marketplace because of two things. Holding USDC might be more broadly accepted because its value is fixed and they earn market fees. Both of those seem very logical to me. Maybe the USDC thing, because of the fixed value, sits better with the board and the value of Funko's stock. Because if you remember, Drop, owned by Funko, which if you look in the this was a conversation that I saw and had to look up myself. There was a debate on what is Funko's ownership on Drop. If you come down to the bottom of any Drop page, it says all licensed product names and associated designs are trademarks and copyrighted properties of the respective owners. Blah blah blah. Legal mumbo mumbo. All other trademarks, registered trademarks, trade dress, I don't know what the hell that is, related elements and designs, including Drop, Token Wave, and Digital Pop, are owned by Funko. I.e., Funko owns Drop. Even if it's 51%, they are still the majority of owner. So, Drop is a subsidiary of Funko, a bigger entity, right? Just like Loungefly is part of Funko. Funko is a publicly traded company, and publicly traded companies live and die by the speculation and purchase, buying and selling of stock on the market. If Drop is not successful, if Loungefly is not successful, if Funko is not successful, the stock price goes down. If they don't sell and the revenue drops and their costs go up as a relation, stock price goes down. When NFTs were first introduced as a concept, the stock price for Funko went up. Over the last year, I doubt that the NFTs have much of an impact on that final sales price or valuation of the stock, but it has some. more likely to do with their actual sales. But all these companies, they have to be successful, or else Funko has to drop them to benefit and support the stock value. Calorie says, early, I agree. Kids and NFTs, I disagree. I believe you have to be over 18 to own a crypto. So, no, maybe you didn't hear my whole explanation. Digital assets like skins in Fortnite, kids are comfortable with. That concept, they are comfortable with. The term NFT, as I've mentioned before, maybe you didn't hear this, is actually a term that's used in Roblox. It doesn't mean non-fungible token. It means not for trade. But what I'm saying is these kids, they're not purchasers. They're not going to move the needle now. They understand these terms and concepts. And that's why I said we're early to the conversation. In 5 to 10 years, when those kids start turning 18 to 21 and they have disposable income through their jobs, they will then be like, oh man, NFT, this is cool. Like, I've been waiting to get my own NFTs and my own money. I can get in it now. I can be buying my baseball cards now, which will be absolutely be a bigger thing in 5 to 10 years if NFTs hold. I buy my next drop from Funko there. I'm gonna buy my next Pokemon cards there. I'm gonna buy the next big craze there. They're gonna be absolutely comfortable with it. That's why I was saying, and this was a whole conversation, not one comment. Kids are okay with these terms and things now, and it will benefit us in 5 to 10 years. So we're early. No matter what, I am diamond hands on my NFTs because I think this will all change. If you think back to 2012, 2013, for those of us who have been collecting or at least paying attention, we saw Funko in those early stages, and we saw the value of pops start to increase. Earlier, yeah, that's probably what it was, Priscilla. Earlier, in that trajectory, in that lifetime, 2012, I was buying pops on the secondary market, eBay, for 30, 35, 40, 50, all the way up to $80. That's the most I spent on anything other than a proto at that time. I spent $120 on a proto, but I bought those and I was reluctant. I was like, I see a real potential one day for these pops to go up and be worth hundreds of dollars. I never dreamt of $4,000 pops, or I would have bought more. But I saw value, and thus I invested early because to me, one of the coolest things in the world are people like Gary Vee. Whether he wills it to be and makes it so, or he really can see around a corner, as I like to put it, he can look and go, I see where everyone's going. And if I can get there before them, I can be successful. So what I'm trying to do, my trajectory and road for NFTs, is I want to be there before all these kids who are going to be comfortable with it start sinking their hard-earned dollars into it, and the rest of the world adopts with them. Or the rest of the world adopts and they finally come on board. Either way, I'm fine with. And we're going to look back and we're going to go, what was the equivalent of a 2012 SDCC exclusive to now? What is the equivalent? What is an NFT I could have bought 5-10 years ago, i.e. now? What's it going to be worth in 5 to 10 years? Funko NFTs. Grails, less than 999 pieces. What's that going to be worth in 5 to 10 years if Funko's still a thing and if NFTs are still a thing? I still think they're highly undervalued. All the way down to the comments, highly undervalued. Let's see, I know I missed some comments. I wanted to finish my long soapbox thought. That's exactly what we did with whatever the thing of the moment was that we wanted as kids, but perhaps couldn't get until we had our own money. Yes, there's a great conversation at a convention from Will Wheaton talking about why, as adults, we are into things like pops and other collectibles. And it has a lot to do with we couldn't get it as a kid, or even if we did, it was sold at a garage sale, given away, etc. And now as an adult, we want it again. That's why we choose to put our money into those things, and why companies like Funko have been successful. Misty says, my niece, 15, hates NFTs due to the environmental issues. I attempted to discuss wax with her, but being a teenager, she currently... I know you currently thinks anyone over 30 is clueless. You're not wrong. I understand. I remember being a teen. We're currently having those kind of conversations about what's going on here at our house, and that unfortunately, like I even said this morning, if I could go back to 11-year-old me and say, hey, dude, it's going to get better. In the meantime, listen to people around you, because those adults have real life experiences and they can save you from a lot of touching the hot stove and doing the wrong thing. I wouldn't have listened. 11-year-old me would have been like, whatever, man, shut up. You're old. My kid, all us kids know what's going on. That's just how it goes. They'll figure it out for themselves. Ask her what Stokes you should get. Wait, what? Yeah, exactly, Chucky. Exactly. That's why Facebook is dying. It's all old people on Facebook. That's why companies like TikTok will be relevant for a long time, but some new company will come along and they'll be bigger than TikTok in no time, because the kids always want to move to the next thing where their parents aren't. Oh, stocks. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm Callie, you can agree with me or not. Totally your call. But to me, the people I respect and admire that are successful, actually, no, take out the respect and admire part. The people that are successful in this world, if you look at if you hear their stories, and I listen to a lot of like I Made This podcasts where it's talking with CEOs who started their own companies, specifically, not that were hired in. Some were. But people who created their own companies and were successful. Like my favorite example is the woman who created Spanx. Her story is amazing. She created her own product that she tested with herself first. I'm giving the short version. You should listen to the, I'll see if I can find a link for you, because I find it terribly fascinating. She created this product. She was given support by a few people who said, this should be a thing and you will benefit if you make it happen. She fought to make it happen, would not give up any ownership of it, holds 100% of the value of the company, as per the podcast I listened to. She may have sold some since then, is a billionaire because she could see around the corner to know that it's going to be successful and I need to stick with it. I believe in it. I'm going to stick with it. It's going to be a thing one day, and now she's a billionaire. I hope. I mean, I was successful with the Pops. If I sell them all right now and get all that money, I was very successful. I benefited from being able to see down the road to go, oh, a Pop with 480 on the sticker of a Pixar character. I know this is something people will covet and want. And boy, was I right. I didn't have any hesitation. I used to talk about it on the podcast with Steve, the Nerd Food podcast, all the time. I'm like, it's going to be a thing. It's going to be big. It's going to grow. It's going to get bigger. We should jump in now, treat it like stock. I still think we have a huge uptick, a huge upside potential with NFTs. Not financial advice. Apparently I have to say that. All right, soapbox over. Sorry. I had to get it out there for anybody that hadn't heard it before. Maybe it makes you think. Let me see if I can find that podcast link for you, because I just think so. I think it's called I Made This. Spanx. I can't remember the young lady's name. Oh, How I Built This. That's it. Sarah Blakely, CEO of Spanx. And this is back from, is this the right one? Let me see. Oh, that's only 1:02. That is the right podcast with Guy Raz. This was 7 years ago. Is there a link to the whole thing? Yes, it's called How I Built This. Unfortunately, you'll have to go and then find... Or can I share the one episode? Let me see if I can find the one episode. Search Spanx. Oh, they had her back in 2019 for a live summit. There's only 31 minutes. I recommend you listen to this. I find it so exciting and intriguing. Yeah, it's really good. What's her current net worth? I bet she's a billionaire 5 times over at this point. Now, it actually went down. Still worth $1.1 billion. 1.1 billion. If I remember right, she had a journalism degree and she was doing some sort of typing or something when she, like, I don't know if she was a administrative assistant or if she was selling typewriters, something. I don't remember what it was when she first started. Wow. It's just so interesting to me. I think I lost you all in the process, but I love those conversations with CEOs and creators of companies. What the point was is they see around corners, they believe in what they're doing, and the other big thing is they're willing to pivot. So if they start a company and it's not successful, they'll often see value in what they've built to that point and be able to pivot that into a successful business. That's a lot of silly bucks. Okay, backing it up off the soapbox. We got 7 people watching on YouTube, which, by the way, hello. Feel free to jump in the conversation. I'm here today. Some of you may have seen like my Twitch story, my reel on Instagram. I'm here. Yes, thank you. Hydrate. I'm here to answer questions from you guys and help you if you are trying to jump in on the Mickey and Friends NFT drop from Funko tomorrow. We've gone off on some tangents, as we often do here. But I'm live, and if you ask your questions, they're family friendly and appropriate. I want to help you. This is your only opportunity that I can think of. Maybe you could go on Discord and type out a question and get some answer from somebody. Only opportunity for you to ask a question, me to bring it up on screen and show you the step-by-step so you know what you're getting ready for tomorrow. You didn't see Walking Miracle? I posted it right before going live. Are you kidding me? Oh, wait, no, I never did get that one to work. I'll have to post it still. I did get it on YouTube shorts. But I tried to do the Twitch story. And you know what? You can't upload a pre-recorded video to a Twitch story. At least I haven't figured out how to do it. I Googled it and everything. Couldn't figure it out. You have to sit in front of the camera and record, but I'd already recorded a video. So therefore, wasn't able to use that pre-recorded one. I want to do more of those, but I got to figure out what's the balance and how to do it. Yeah, basically, I did well, here, I can show you. On stream. I used a green screen. I actually have that set up today here to record a vertical video to share. You guys can see what it looks like. YouTube Shorts, apparently very, very popular. I talked to Tristan, Top Pops, and his mom, and said that a large part of their audience was built by using Shorts. So I did this video today. Let's see if it comes up and plays for y'all to hear. Disney's Mickey and Friends Funko NFTs, a drop exclusive, land tomorrow, December 12th at 11 a.m. Are you ready? Do you know how to get your packs? You got your wallet set? Do you have your USDC? Are you ready to collect the Grail, the Legendaries, the Royalty set? I'm here to help. Check out my YouTube and Twitch live today at 11 a.m. and then check out my YouTube channel for more videos on how to get all those things set for tomorrow. Nerds Unite. That's it. Just did a simple, like, I've seen people in front of websites and stuff before, and I thought that'd be impactful, so I tried it. I need to do more shorts that are evergreen, meaning that they're content that people can benefit from forever. I did this one before. Rare individual, rare DP. I don't know why the sound's so crappy. Brian's number. No way! Holy shiitake mushrooms! Rare individual got a Grail. Let's go! That was fun. As but my most watched one was Yabba Dabba Doo. Premium pack, which contains 15 NFTs. I want to do more of this. Possibly a bonus 16th slot. Here we go. All right, first card out of the deck. Oh, we did get the 16th slot, and we got one of the coins. People like pack opening, so I need to do more of that. Betty Rubble. Rare Fred Flintstone. I didn't say specific or Pacific. Hold on. Disney's Mickey and Friends Funko NFTs, a drop exclusive, land tomorrow. It says it on screen at 11 a.m. Are you ready? Yeah, it says it on screen. I mean, I could say it every single time, but in that case, it was right there on screen, so I didn't feel like I had to say it as well. Yeah, I'll try to get better at it. You're right. It benefits people. It does benefit people. Help me help you. Exactly, 96. So I'm going to give you guys some time. I'll keep harping on this. If anybody's here, if you're lurking, this is not a place filled with negativity and anger. At least I try not to come across that way. Neither does anybody else in chat. If you have questions, if you want some help, understanding, happy to help you. I want to help you. All you have to do is ask. I do. I'm very hostile. Shepard. Shepard's going to get banned for implying that he's hostile. I need some help, but not sure it's about NFT. Well, that's I'm not here for that part. I'll pray for you, Detroit Pop guy, but I can't help you. That's classic. Were you ever able to see all the YouTube comments? Nope. And I have tried everything. I went through every area of YouTube. The best answer I could find when doing research on Google and YouTube was that the other comments didn't abide by the policies of YouTube. I know it's some of y'all who put a wax address in there. Doesn't make any ding dang old sense. How much do you get paid in gas fees to withdraw the USDC from Coinbase to drop? No clue, Black Fang. I can only assume that it is a similar, you're just transferring back from one place to another. So I can only assume that it's the current gas fees similar to what you got when you transferred it this way. Now you're transferring this way. I'll tell you another, I don't know if it's legal. I don't know if it's illegal, whatever. So I'll claim ignorance if I'm asked about it. Why do you need to transfer and do it that way? Could you sell your USDC to someone else who needs it, i.e. like a Nadu6 who you trust, and go, give me $50, PayPal. I'll send you $50 in USDC to your account. I just need the wallet address. Do you need to cash out the traditional way? Also another opportunity. We talked about this on Atomic Hub back in the day. Cashing out. Could you use your USDC to buy a coin for a Grail or a Legendary, get the physical pop, and sell the physical pop to someone and cash out that way? There's more ways to get your money than a traditional exchange. Well, it's a fighter jet. A traditional exchange of your USDC over to an exchange to cash out to get your money to pay all those fees. Because the other thing too, legally, I'm sure I would be required to tell you that anytime you cash out, because you verified your account on those exchanges, exactly, official, a flying squirrel, that's great. If you cash out through traditional methods, the way that the U.S. government would prefer you to cash out, I'm sure, because they have all your information, like your social security number and a copy of your driver's license and your full birth name and everything, they're going to issue paperwork to Uncle Sam, and Uncle Sam is going to go, at the end of the year, we need to get paid because you made a profit. Where's our money? Where's our percentage? We need 20, 30% of that, whatever tax bracket you're in. So, you should, if I were giving true financial advice, which I'm not, you should go through the traditional method and then pay your taxes. I'm not giving financial advice though, so do what you want. That's a part about watching that. I watched the GameStop movie, as it were, the Dumb Money. Why did that guy get in trouble? He got in trouble and investigated by the FCC, I believe it was. Why did he get in trouble? He had a YouTube video. I think he was telling people it was not financial advice. He was not at work at the time. He was telling people to buy a stock, but no one had to. Why did he get in trouble? I still don't understand that. Because did he not at the right time say he was not providing financial advice? That's still very, very weird for me. Off topic, how about those Sully Twitch figures? Huh? Oh, you talking about the numbers from the tweet earlier? Not bad. Not bad at all. This is a good year. I did my 2023 highlight thing. I saw some more of you had done this. And it was really cool. If you haven't seen it already, you can go into Twitch and you can get your Twitch recap. 47,000 hours watched this year. 192 streams out of 365 days. Wow. Only 5 categories. Let's see if we can name them. Rocket League, Crypto, Fortnite, Just Chatting, and Spider-Man? I think that's it. Misty, if you haven't seen it, Dumb Money. It was a movie that came out in theaters 6 months ago-ish. No, maybe not 4 months ago-ish. And now is on, you can rent it, probably be on streaming services soon. It's awesome, Mindy. Thank you. But it's about the guy. I forgot his name. Somebody else can drop it in the chat. He was telling everybody, I think GameStop is undervalued. He had worked for a company that dealt in securities, but in his free time on YouTube, he was doing live videos and telling people, look, I'm going in on GameStop. I'm putting my own money in, and I'm going to share spreadsheets of every dollar I spend, how much I invest, and how much I make. And he gained a following, and all the people that watched him, who were also, there were a lot also active on Reddit in these different communities, started making purchases along with him, and they all agreed, in principle, in theory, to not sell, no matter what. And part of the reasoning was that it was a good company for them to invest in was the traditional U.S. investment firms had shorted the stock. Now, I don't think that's right, Linder. I could be wrong. It doesn't sound right, though. And these people started following him along. And ultimately, I think he made somewhere in the neighborhood of $43 million. There are 2 documentaries as well. And I've watched both of those if you want more information. But it's all really, really interesting. And I went to business school, so I understood quite a few of the different things he was doing. Why, how the shorts work, stuff like that. And while we were watching it, Kelly was asking some questions, and I happen to know a few answers. But one of the things that I figured out is I was like, why wouldn't we do this again? Well, now all these big companies are watching for people who are going to purposely all go together and buy a stock and actually influence the value of the stock because so many people buy it. And companies are less likely to short stocks, these big companies, because they realize the potential risk. While Dumb Money was for fun, it is based off of a lot of true information. I actually looked up a couple articles about what was different from real life in the movie, and it's very interesting. That's how you get the 2023 badge if you were one of the most interactive on Twitch, watching or chatting. Oh, that's cool. Did anybody... Wait, is that the one you have next to your name right now, Miss Fancy Cherry? Oh, yeah, sure enough, I see it. That's really cool. No insider info. I think he was subpoenaed and had to appear in front of a jury, and they were convinced he did have insider info. He did not. He didn't work for the company. He didn't know anything. He simply had done enough research that he felt that there was an upside to it, that there was a lot of potential value in the stock if enough people bought it, and he was right. I think it came more from the fact that they're saying he influenced other people and made it unfair somehow. I don't know. It's the rich people were mad at him because they lost money, and so they used their political power. It is Keith Gill. Okay. They used their political power to throw him under the bus and get him in trouble, and then none of them got in trouble legally. None of them got in trouble when they were bailed out when their shorts failed. It's incredibly frustrating. At least the way they presented it in the movie. Whether all of it's true is not. I don't know. Shepard, I don't know how you get the badge though. Can anybody who got the Twitch recap badge, can you explain how you got that? Was it just waiting in your account? Does it have to do with which channel you're watching at the time to be able to enable the badge? Allie got it. I like getting those 2023 recaps at the actual end of the year, January, not in December. Well, I mean, it's off by 20 days, but for the most part, 20 out of 365, that's a very small percentage left on the table. Somebody has to be the fall guy. Yeah, that's the theory. But I don't think that's true. It was just there now. Email from Twitch arrived earlier. Oh, that's cool. There you go, Shepard. Top 5 is all in the Nerds Unite family. Top 5 for my channel specifically? Is that how it works? Don't see a Detroit Pop Guy. I think you also have to be... Don't you have to be subscribed to have that? Maybe not. I'm not calling you out. That's not what I meant to do by that comment. Really, Detroit Pop? You must just have to go figure out how to enable it. Because you can choose what appears to the left of your name. Like Misty can choose to have either first, because she was one of my first 10 or 20 subscribers, or she could have other ones. I went into the badges and selected it, says Willibard. So under your profile. It's a total of the year. How many days you watched, how much you watched and chatted in streams. But again, is this badge only showing in my channel? Does this all have to pertain to my channel, or was it more of an interaction with Twitch overall? Yeah, you have to select it, Miss Jessie Star. It's everywhere. Okay, gotcha. Global badge. Thank you. That's the part I was confused about. Yeah, that's interesting. Interaction with Twitch overall. Okay, gotcha. I clicked on chat identity by the chat box and selected it, says Willibard. I wonder, can I even look at mine? I'd have to be in Twitch. Let's see. Can I have it in my own channel? Probably, if it's about Twitch overall. There for a while, I couldn't comment in my own channel. They fixed that finally. They fixed that finally. That's not an echo. That was me accidentally having it open in the chat. Let's see. Chat identity. Subscriber badge. Role badge. I can pick the colors. I don't think I can... Oh, wait, there it is. Yep, I see it now. It's a bar that it comes up in the chat, and it's way up in the bar. So I've selected mine instead of a Twitch partner. There it goes. Got it. But that's cool, but I would prefer to have my Twitch partner badge when I go to other channels. You can also pick which color your text appears, your name. Poppin' Duo, Tier 1, 16 months, let's go! I don't know how to do it. I need help. Click, if you see your name down in chat, at least on desktop, I don't know if you're on mobile, you click just to the left of where it says send a message, you probably see an icon of some kind. You may not, but if you do. Mine originally looked like a little red box with a camera in it because I'm currently streaming. Yours may look different. You click on that. If you hover, it says chat identity. You click on that. Oh, here, I guess I could show you. Yeah, let me disable my camera real quick. If I can find it. There we go. So down here in the corner, bottom right, little red box. I hover, it says chat identity. I click on that, and it brings up this whole list of options here, going all the way up to chat, almost completely. And in there, global badge, right here, one of the categories. You can select watching without audio, listening only. Those are default to everybody, but then any other ones you've earned, like being verified on Twitch, being a Prime Gaming, having that connected, Twitch recap. There was one for TwitchCon 2022. Those are all options, and you can select the one, and then it should appear to the left of it. There it is. You got it. Cool. Whoops. Go back there. I need to turn that camera back on before I forget, and then I'm upset. There we go. Yeah, on mobile, don't know. Might be an area you have to go into separate to make selections. It's interesting. It's interesting the differences that we still have between mobile and desktop. There was something I was trying to do for one company the other day. It could only be done, and this is a simple like, oh, is change my email address on my Alaska Airlines account. I could not do it from their website on a desktop computer. I could, however, do it on the mobile app. Isn't that weird? Why would your mobile app have more functionality than your ding dang old website for something that simple? This is much cooler than the Prime Gaming one I had before, says Joaquin Muriel. That is cool. I do like it. They do different ones. I think there was one last month. If you donated during a certain weekend to a charity, you could get one that's like a charity badge to the left of your name if you chose to use it. You guys might have more than you think if you go in there and look. You might see some other ones you didn't know. Okay, it's 1:40. While I would love to do some gaming today, there's a ton of videos and things I want to do and create, and tomorrow, being a drop day, I do have something created for you guys that I've got to get ready to give out for free. Plus, I do owe some NFTs for those of you who commented on the YouTube video and it showed or attempted to comment. I don't have a forum for you today. for those of you who attempted to comment on the video originally, but I'll try to get one put together, because if you did go in and leave a comment, I want you to be able to get the free NFT I'm going to give away. So I got to get that put together. I got in some padded envelopes that I ordered last week, so I can get out the remaining Priscilla pins that people bought at auction and won as prizes. Plus I needed those for when the enamel pins arrive that we ordered from Little Shop of Pins for Extra Life. Just the many things that I have to do. So probably going to opt to not game today, instead to work on those things. But tomorrow there will be a free NFT, and I've started creating it's done. The Hoot in Cows play that you'll be able to access on Wednesday. So if you come by tomorrow for the stream, you'll be able to fill out a form and get a free NFT. Then on Wednesday, should you opt to, you'll be able to possibly upgrade that to Hoot and Cows Play. And listening to you guys, I have listened. Going to make it a little easier to complete the Hoot and Cows Play than it has been in the past. I have more, but still missing the 3-year badge due to the mod badge. That's so interesting that you can't have more, but I guess eventually somebody's name could just be 20 boxes out to the side, so. I think it might be Christmas for me tomorrow. Might be getting 13 packages from the delivery people. Whoa, some of that I've sent too, I'm sure. Yeah, hopefully everybody's been getting your prizes from Extra Life. If you got a prize or even an auction item, please, I haven't seen many of these, so I'm begging you guys, take a moment, take a photo with your prize. Hopefully your face is in it, but if you don't feel comfortable, totally understand. Take a good photo, well lit. That's key. Not these crappy photos on a wrinkled bedspread in the dark. That doesn't do much for anybody. Nice photo, well lit. Get you some sunlight. Open a window. That's super helpful. Sunlight's the best. Take a picture. Share it on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. And tag the company that provided the prize. It should be pretty straightforward. If you got a $7 a pop gift card, probably should tag $7 a pop. Tough to take a picture with that, I understand, but you can grab a screenshot, whatever. If you got a set of headphones from Turtle Beach, tag Turtle Beach. Whatever. I'm not calling out any individuals. Those are just the things that popped into my head first. And tell those companies, thank you for donating and helping us help the kids. Tag Extra Life, tag CMN Hospitals. Do you want auction item and your donated price? That's fine. Yeah, absolutely. For the auction item, if it came from Mike Becker, tag Mike Becker. He's on Instagram, Funmaker Mike. He's not on Twitter. That's fine too. Yeah, whatever we can do, because the more times that we tell those companies thank you, the more likely, one, they are to work with us again next year, and it would be cool to have these companies come back again. Also, maybe other companies see it. And when they see it, maybe they go, hey, we would like to help. How do we help? Help. Priscilla and Sully prize pack. Oh, well, yeah. I guess in your case, tagging me and Priscilla is not going to move the needle on other companies. I think Priscilla's probably in for the foreseeable future, but may not hurt. The tags help our social metrics, so that would be nice. Question, I have 2 epics for Power Rangers. Should I try and sell them now or wait until next week? Every one of these is a little different, but if we look at the epic NFTs for previous drops, there seems to be about 15 days, so we're working backwards, from the date that it's going to go to snapshot, going back 15 to 10 days, it seems to go higher. 15 days to like 6 or 7 days. They seem to be higher. And then in the last 24, 48 hours, it's crapshoot. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. So long story short there, Power Rangers unfortunately didn't perform well. I'd say list them now. Go ahead and get that money for them. I don't think holding them is gonna help you. I'd say go ahead and get rid of them. But every drop is a little different. You just gotta over time watch and see how they go and learn. Every time I think I got it down, it changes a little bit. Used to say your peak on the value of anything was about 15 to 10 days before the redemption. That has changed. Used to see some of the epics go through the roof the day before. There was a $41 Transformers one the day before that I almost had to buy. Thanks to Savage, I got it for $20. There was one day, there was one of the NFT epics that went for like $200. I don't know that anybody actually purchased it, but that's what the only asking one on the market was. One thing that is helpful, I'll tell you this for sure. If you go to Pop and Stock's website, let's look at it for Power Rangers, then we'll look at it for another one. If you go to Pop and Stock's website and you go up to, let's say, Power Rangers, and you look at, I guess you could do this with the Market Watch tool, but how I used to do it was go to the clipboard tool, put in random gibberish, and then come down and look at the going price of all your epics. And one key contributor to the value of an NFT going up. Hey, Las Vegas Ape rating with a party at 38. Thank you so much. Welcome over, Las Vegas Ape and everybody. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've been having a good conversation about NFTs for the last almost 3 hours. 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2. Talking about the Mickey and Friends NFT drop coming tomorrow from Funko and Drop. What's up, Nika654? If you guys are interested in collecting the Funko NFTs, there is a drop coming tomorrow. First one from Disney. And I'm going to derail for just a second and then come back to this conversation, Miss Fancy Cherry. You asked a great question. I don't want to ignore it. This is the first ever Disney NFT drop with Funko. Huge deal. It's a little bit different in that it is a drop exclusive. What does that mean? I'm not getting into the weeds right now. I have some YouTube videos on it. But here are the potential physical products that you could get by collecting these NFTs. If you get lucky enough to get a Grail, Minnie Mouse, limited to 999 pieces. You get the actual physical pop. What's up, Master Ice? Daisy Duck, limited in 1,800 pieces in the world. There is the chance these won't even sell out due to some things we've talked about today and the fact that not all these sell out. There could be even less than this. You could get Donald Duck, 1,800 pieces in the world. Goofy, 1,800 pieces in the world. If you're not a collector of physical stuff like this and you don't know, those are low numbers. Those are pretty low numbers. Pete and the royalty set, meaning if you collect one of every common, uncommon, rare, and epic, Mickey Mouse leading the orchestra, got the bumblebee on his head. That one could be as many as 2,500 in the world, but that one is limited by how many people complete that royalty set. Oh, Konjin, really? That's awesome. So if you guys are interested in this, I will take some time to help explain this drop for anybody that's interested. You just got to let me know. Say, Sully, you know what? I want to know more about this. Tell me more, and I'll be happy to. If you don't have time now, if you got to bail, totally understand. I have some YouTube videos that are available right now. I can't drop YouTube links here on Twitch. It's against their policies. But if you go over to YouTube and you look up CS Sully, same name I have here, or Nerds Unite Us. That is my motto, Nerds Unite. Nerds Unite Us. If you look up these, you can see I have a series of videos and I'll be adding more. One is how to create a drop wallet. You'll need that for the drop tomorrow. 2 is an overview of this whole Mickey and Friends project. And 3 is how to get USDC. That's the crypto that you'll need over in your drop account. It's a step-by-step tutorial using Coinbase and your drop account and everything to get that money over there to get ready for the secondary market. The primary market, to answer your question, Uga, the only way to purchase packs directly from Funko at retail tomorrow, packs being either $9.99 for a standard or $29.99 for a premium. Standard comes with 5 items, premium comes with 15, is Google Pay, Apple Pay, or credit or debit card. That's the only way to make the purchase in the primary market for packs. Hollister Prime, 17 months. Thank you, Hollister. Then, after the primary market, when you buy those packs and you get them into your account, you can open them, giving you the NFTs that come out of them. Or, if you're verified on Drop, which is like a 5-minute process ultimately, and if you want to buy, you'd have to have USDC. You can buy and sell in the secondary market. That pickle. That is something else, Kanji. But you do have to have 2 things to buy and sell in that secondary market. If you want to sell or buy, you have to have a verified account. That's a separate process you got to go through on Drop. If you want to buy stuff in the secondary market on Drop, you will have to have a verified account and you'll have to have USDC. No credit cards, no wax, None of that on the secondary market. Oh, it's okay, Kanjin. That's funny. It's just funny. So those are some important distinguishing factors. In the past, you've been able to take your Funko NFTs from drop and transfer them over to your Wax account, buy and sell in the secondary market over there, like on Atomic Hub, Nifty Blocks, NFT Hive, etc. You cannot do that on this drop. This drop is the first ever drop exclusive. You can only do things within the drop marketplace. That is a very important distinction. So if you're thinking about getting into it, you need to go in knowing that. I don't want anybody to buy packs, think they're going to transfer it over to Atomic Hub and make a sale. They're not going to do that unless there's something that goes terribly awry. That is correct, Shepard. That is well worded. Yes, that is right. Hollister, hey, no problem at all. Life has been good. Been staying busy with the NFTs, as you can see. I've been creating some YouTube content. I've been continuing to create and sell and/or I was just talking about this before the raid came over. If you come by my stream tomorrow, which starts at 10:30 a.m. Pacific, if you come by my stream, I'm going to have a form you can fill out, and I'm giving away a free NFT to anybody that comes and fills out that form tomorrow. It's not going to be a crappy NFT. It's something I designed specifically for this Disney Mickey and Friends drop. You'll be able to get that free NFT, and then if you come back on Wednesday with that free NFT, you'll be able to blend that and level it up and get my mascot, Hoot, in Cow's Play, which, as you can imagine, because you have to be here tomorrow and then come back on Wednesday to do the thing, there are less of those that go out there. Typically, I give away between 100 and 150 of the free NFT, and then there are some NFTs on Wednesday if you want to blend up for it, level up, less than 100. Sometimes I have all the way down to one of ones. I don't know if I'll have those ready on Wednesday. I'm going to try. But what I like to do is reward my regular audience with freebies. I also do giveaways here on random days where I'll give away NFTs right here on stream, including like packs, stuff created by friends of mine. And then on Fridays, we play the box game using these fun boxes here, where people can get free actual items. I've given away Funko Pops, limited edition ones, some very rare ones. I've given away Fig Pen APs, artist proofs, worth a lot of money. I've given away movie posters. I've given away shirts. I've given away gift cards. That's been a long time since I did that, but physical items that you can have just for coming by the stream on Fridays. I'm constantly trying to give back to the community to convince you, bribe you to come by the streams. But I try to make it fun and engaging. We try to keep everything positive here, family friendly, so you don't have to worry about curse words and craziness and negativity. We don't do that here. You had me at free NFT. I love it. Well, come by, set your alarm now. That's 10:30 a.m. Pacific. Thank you, Walking Miracle. 10:30 a.m. Pacific tomorrow. I'll go live, if not exactly at that time, within a few minutes. The drop for Funko goes live at 11. You don't have to participate in the drop to come by. Maybe you want to learn about how all this works. I'll actually be doing it live here on stream tomorrow, so you can see how a pack drop goes, how you buy them. We're going to open packs on stream. With any luck, I have good luck, I pass it on. If I pull a Grail or a Legendary, I will do what I call community packs, meaning if I open a standard pack, 5 NFTs in there, I'll give away 5 slots here on stream. 5 people will each win a slot. Sometimes I give away, you could win more than one. And whatever I pull out of that pack goes to you. I have given away at least 3 Grails worth about $200 a piece here on stream before. I have given away multiple Legendaries worth anywhere 30, 40 on up. And I have no bones with that. I tell you guys, if I have luck, I pass it on. I gave away a Marty McFly Grail. We just were watching the short on it a minute ago, to Rare Individual, who comes by the stream regularly. But the only way to participate, to possibly get it, is to be here during the stream tomorrow. You don't even have to be listening fully. If you're at work and you need to put it on another monitor or something, and you can put a headphone in, or you could just kind of swing by and check every once in a while and see what's going on, just be here. And you're going to be eligible to get Sully Bucks. You'll be eligible to enter the giveaways. You could possibly win. Should be fun to watch, educational too, says Chuck. Yeah, come on by. I hope people learn from every stream. And if they're interested in getting into these in the future, I know several people, and I'll get to the other comments in a second. I know several people, like my buddy Josh Lopez, have been watching my streams for like years, and he had never participated in a drop. And then Back to the Future happened. He was excited about it, and he's like, "Guess what? Because I've been watching your streams, I feel like I'm ready for this, but I still have a few questions." He wasn't going to get that information anywhere else. Nobody else is doing that I know of, real live educational videos on the drop stuff and helping people understand and get the best for their money, get the most value for their money, and complete their royalty sets and know how to complete that whole process and get the physical pops in. I don't know that anybody else is doing it. I know there's a couple YouTubers like Top Pops and a few other that are helping people with some of the steps, but I don't think they're answering questions live. So I'm trying to do that. Hollister says, that's really epic, dude. I've missed your streams. I've just been so busy with school, but I'm glad I can catch some of your streams. Hey, Hollister, I appreciate it. I never judge anybody for not coming by. Life gets busy. I know if I weren't a streamer, I know as a streamer, I don't even have time to watch other people's streams a lot of time. Willowbard, I can attest to that with the Zombie Knight Legendary. Shout out back to Willowbard, who won that Zombie Knight Legendary, worth, at the time, what was that worth? $75 plus? Turned around, gave it back for charity. Donated it for charity, and almost, it was one name off of Willowbard on a wheel, of Willowbard winning that very NFT back. But it went to our friend Odnar. Conjine says, I'm not proud of this, but I let my mom open my Funko packs. She has crazy luck. Nothing to be ashamed of. You're using your resources appropriately. If you've got a lucky a 4-leaf clover, a lucky horseshoe, let them do the work. That's smart. Yeah, sometimes I'll do a premium pack. If I open a grail or I get a few of the legendaries pulled, I'll do 15 slots given away to the community. Willbard says, I'll let my son open all mine. His luck is a bit better than mine with the redeemables, and he probably enjoys doing it too. Not on Twitch, but there are special sites for this. Absolutely, there are special sites for this. But again, from an educational standpoint, I don't know that you can get the help you can get here. The sites that exist are like supplementary tools for helping you with your collecting, but not necessarily educating you on what to do. Which is unfortunate, I think. I always have questions, and you were always happy and willing to help. Oh, I love it. I really do love helping people. Can we let your son and my mom hit the open button together? Double down on that luck. That's true. I left Pop and Stock out. You're right. Shepard, Pop and Stock, who builds an amazing resources in the site popandstock.com, also does some lives. He used to do every Thursday. I think he's backed off of it a bit lately, but he's a fantastic resource for the community. Natty, we were saying that earlier. Yep. It's going to be interesting tomorrow to see how many people buy packs thinking it's business as usual for this Mickey and Friends drop from Disney. Try to perform the normal tasks they do, like transfer over and flip on the secondary market, only to find out they can't do it. And I tell you what, I would hate to be responsible for the drop Discord tomorrow. There's going to be they would love to go, man, we've been telling you about this for a while now. It's your fault you didn't pay attention, but they can't say that. That's not what customer service is. So there's going to be a lot of, well, sorry, didn't understand. We tried to educate everybody. We can't come hold your hand every day. I wish companies could go, look, we told you all. It's your fault you didn't pay attention. Used to get people to come up to me at the cons when I worked at the Funko booth, and they'd be like, I didn't know there was a lottery. I went into the booth. What am I supposed to do? Well, you can wait till the end of the day and get in with everybody. Well, everything will be sold out then. Next year, be sure to follow New York Comic Con. Be sure to follow Funko. Be sure to get the Funko emails. If you choose not to do those things, how are we supposed to communicate with you? We tried to. You opted to ignore it. Thus, you didn't get in the lottery. And it's still, it's your, in their eyes, it's your fault, not mine. What are you supposed to do? If we open to the general public, it will create a mass craziness. I've been there. We'll get trampled. The booth will get shut down, and nobody will get anything. But people don't think through it other than how it affects them. If he pulls a 101, Shepard says something will happen. It won't. If I pull a 101, it's going to be a party. But, to that point, I wanted to look at that today. I'm gonna go over to... Oh, can I do this at all? I wonder if... I'm going to look. I wonder if on Atomic Hub we'll be able to even see the templates for this project. I bet we can. I'm going to look. It does show. It does. Okay, so this is interesting. This is going to be a spoiler for some people. If you don't want to see these templates for tomorrow, don't look. I normally don't in advance, but what I wanted to see was something that I think I heard, or no, I know I read from Pop and Stock. So this further proves how weird this is. These NFTs do appear through Atomic Hub because they are on the Wax blockchain. However, you will not be able to interact with these NFTs on Atomic Hub. Maybe at any level? I don't know. There are 86 templates in total, and normally, of the templates for a drop, there are some one-of-ones, meaning they're literally one of that NFT in the world. It's something I want to add to my collection, but have never been lucky enough to do. So if you don't want to see this, look away now. I'm looking to see if there are any one-of-ones. I'm going to do NF templates. I'm going to look at filters. Oh, the coin is so cool. Oh, it's awesome. Rarity. Common, uncommon, rare, epic, series, which is the coin, legendary, grail, no one-of-one. So somehow Disney said, don't do it. I don't understand I don't know the thought process behind it. So I definitely don't understand it. But we can see the NFTs for tomorrow. So I'm going to scroll through quickly. If you don't want to see, look away. And just kind of see what we got in there. If there's anything that stands out as like, oh, this is going to be super cool. They followed the standard pattern on these in that they're, epics, feature a lot of the same characters. Black and white is an option. Animated versus still is an option. They have these cool sketch-looking ones that I'm kind of intrigued by. They're done using a filter and like a Photoshop style filter. They're not actually hand-drawn, but they still look really cool. But those aren't the epics. Those are the rares. Some of the rares. But it's so interesting that we can see this on the Wax blockchain, but not but we can't interact with it. Hollister said Sully's really good at educating people on NFTs, so definitely listen to this man. Thank you, Hollister. Appreciate that. Nadu says, so no chain champs tomorrow. That's right. Oh, that changed. I didn't even thought about that till right now, Nadu6. That changes things. I wonder if there'll be a disclaimer on the buy page saying these can't be transferred. So, Randy, what I'm thinking, I don't know if you heard earlier for this, even if they put the disclaimer on there, people would ignore it. I'm thinking they're actually going to alter the code on their website. So if you select an NFT, this is on the drop website. If you select an NFT from your wallet or inventory and try to transfer it, the only thing you'll be able to do is transfer to another .dp address, because you can transfer between wallets there as if you were doing trades. But I don't think they'll allow you to try and transfer to Wax. If they did that and somehow that NFT was quote unquote lost in transfer, kind of like when you send a non-Funko NFT to your drop wallet, they are going to be inundated with angry people. One, trying to get those NFTs back. Two, trying to get them put back in their wallet. I don't even know if that would be possible because Drop doesn't own the Wax side of things. I hope they've altered the code on their site to protect people from that. If they don't, there's going to be a lot of angry people. And again, I feel bad for anybody in charge of the Drop Discord tomorrow. The Drop Discord is going to be hell. Excuse my French, says Shepard. No, I think that's, you really brought it down low. So you can't sell tomorrow's drop on Wax. That is correct. This is the first ever drop exclusive. The only thing you can do after you open your packs, other than collect them and hold them in your wallet, is buy and sell on the drop marketplace. Which, if you haven't seen, they created this, so how many months ago? 4, 5, 6 months ago? The drop marketplace was introduced, where you could buy and sell. So if you're logged in to Drop, you can now, if you were verified on their site, you have to go through a separate process to be verified. That's what the little, I don't know if you can see it in the upper right hand corner, the little check mark over my avatar, or if you come to your wallet area, there's a little verified logo here. You have to go through a separate process to get that. It's like a 5-minute process. It's not anything mind-boggling. What it is another barrier to people, because you do have to provide like a picture of your ID or passport or something. It is legally required by the government. This is not something they want to do. They're required to do it. It's a barrier. Some people are going to go, nope, you're not getting that from me. They'll miss out. They can't participate. But you have to be verified, and then you can go on their marketplace. You see the link in the upper left-hand corner. It says marketplace. And you can buy and sell there. The setup of their marketplace is different from what we're used to. There's no search. There's not even a search button here, which is the craziest thing to me. But tomorrow you'll be able to see Mickey and Friends. You'll be able to click on it like I'm clicking on Powerpuff Girls. Then here you can search by name if you want to narrow it down to a specific one like Bubbles. You'll be able to search. They don't have a trading functionality right now, but this is the only site you'll be able to do buying and selling on. If you want to buy, there's another barrier. You will also have to have USDC. That is a stable crypto coin token. You have to have that. You cannot buy with credit cards, wax, any of that. And if you sell, the only thing you get is USDC. This is going to trip a lot of people up. It's not the end of the world. It's not reason to boycott Funko or Drop. It is something that they're trying. It'll either work for them or it won't. The simple thing you got to do is educate yourself. That's why I've made the videos I have on YouTube. You educate yourself, you know the rules of the game, you go in and play. Telling people online you're done collecting, or this is over, or this is the end of Funko and Drop, or this is stupid, serves zero purpose. Yet there's a lot of people just screaming into the void right now because they're confused, because they're not educated. They are ignorant. And that I don't mean that they're stupid, I mean they're uneducated in this. And there's gonna be a lot of anger. People don't do well with change. I just like we can look up our DP wallets on Atomic Hub, but not do anything with them or contents. Or just like. Yeah, that's true. No one-on-one wow, says Shepard. Isn't it a bummer? I don't understand that. That's, again, I think that has to do... good question, Nadu6. I think that has to do with the... deal they made with Disney, whatever the restrictions Disney wanted to put into play. Because I don't think Funko would miss out on an opportunity. If they create a one-on-one, it sells on the secondary market for $2,000, they get 6% of that back to themselves. Now they create a one-on-one and it gets sold on the secondary market only on Drop, they get 10% of that. They get even more there. Epics. Let's see how many epics there are. 4, 8, 12, 13. About typical. Yes, they will just... Randy C, just for clarification here. You don't know this for sure, or do you? This sounds like a statement. I'm very careful when talking about stuff like this. You're assuming that they will flag non.dp addresses and it won't work? Oh, you said I think at the end. I'm sorry. You did say I think at the end. I wonder if it's because the one-on-one are usually Freddy. As the Grail isn't a Freddy, maybe Disney didn't want any part of the drop to be Freddy related. Could be. That's a good point. That's a very good point, Willowbird. If you're a drop Discord mod, Colin's sick tomorrow. That's so great. Falconer, I don't know when the drop market started, but it's been far more than a month. Because I've been buying and selling. Actually, you know what? If we go back to Drop and I look at my activity and I filter by... Probably sold. Sale. My earliest sale was Marty McFly, October 17th. Now, I don't remember if that's when that started, but that indicates it's been almost 2 months at least. That maybe 2 months is actual. Is the actual date. One of two things will happen tomorrow. WB will be laughing or WB will be crying. Wait, why WB? What's Warner Brothers have to do with it? I'm pretty anti-drop exclusive and still am pretty anti, but that's just my own opinion and won't dog anyone who likes it. What would you say? Well, Shepard, I'm with you. If I have the choice, let me word it this way. I'm not going to say I'm anti. If I have the choice, I'd much rather it be open to be on wax as well. I think it's better for Funko and for us as collectors if we have more options. Being limited is not a good feeling. Being constrained is not a good feeling for most people. And this does feel a bit constricting. If I have my choice, I want all of the wax to be available. I'm not going to say I'm anti, It's going to be interesting. What I do with the NFTs I still have in my wallet, they still are tradable. So Konjin, nothing from previous drops is affected by this change. This one drop is a drop exclusive. If you open packs tomorrow, maybe this is your question. If you open packs tomorrow and you have them in your wallet, your options are you cannot transfer them to Atomica or to your Wax. You can't do anything over there. You can transfer them to other .dp wallets, i.e. other users. You can sell them on the secondary market with drop, assuming you get verified before you try to sell them. You can buy others and combine them, put them all together to complete a set, a royalty set, i.e. you'll get that extra pop if you know what a royalty set is. If you don't, ask and I'll happily show you how you complete a royalty set. It's important that you keep some of your NFTs. You don't want to get rid of all of them or else you get no royalty set. What you can't do is perform an actual trade on the drop marketplace, i.e. there is not an area on there that says you can go to, hey, Sully, I know your wallet is sully.dp. I can't go, I have this one, this epic, and I will trade you for this epic. And we can look at them two side by side and then we can approve it. There's not that kind of functionality. What we could do, we know each other, we trust each other. You could send me a message. We could do it live here on chat tomorrow. And you go, Sully, I have this epic. I saw you have an extra in your wallet. Would you do a trade? We could verbally agree on it, and then we take the risk into our own hands. You could send me the epic that you want to trade. I could send you mine, but there's nothing to keep one of the parties from backing out. B-Farm, Tier 1, 41 months. There's nothing in there that helps protect the trade. It is two independent transactions that facilitate a trade, not an actual trade. Yep, no Freddy. That's right, Punked. Can you show how to look up that template again real quick, said Randy. Okay, so for you guys who want to look up the templates for the project tomorrow, I still think the easiest way to do this every time so that you don't have to ask questions. There were some exceptions to this working or not. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we got to look at this. We'll have to come back to this. The NFT World Cup. They got some... I want to see what they're doing here. We got to find out what this is. Easiest way to look any of this stuff up, just look up Funko. If you look up Funko and go to collections right here, you can go see all results, and then you can sort by created newest. So you don't have to know the name of the collection. Guess what appears up at the top here? We got Mickey.Funko. Now we know the name of the collection is Mickey.Funko. I will drop this here. If you want to look at the templates, you simply go to templates right there. I'll drop this link down in the chat to see the templates. There you go. That's all you gotta do. It's because they had to create their NFTs in the same way they always do and create their templates on Wax, because their system, no matter what, is layered. The NFTs are on Wax, and then their system sits on top of it. Tomorrow, they're restricting and making this a drop exclusive by the code they wrote on their site, restricting the activity that you can do with their NFTs. That's why it's mind-boggling to me that you have to use Ethereum to transfer USDC to your wallet in order to purchase Wax NFTs that you can't purchase with Wax on a normal Wax marketplace. It is nutty and confusing. But it's what they did. It's the Band-Aid, it's the duct tape, it's the way they are piecemealing this together to appease Disney. That's my thought. I don't know for this for sure. That's my guess. WB is Disney competition and been doing open Funko dropping forward the greater part of a year now. So you're thinking that's why WB would be affected. I don't think it affects them in any way. I don't think they care. The only other option is that they could make a drop exclusive. I don't think they get paid any differently. Pretty sure when these contracts, licensing agreements are put in place, WB gets X amount of dollars and that's it. They may get money off the secondary market, but I find it doubtful. Disney coming in and working with Funko on this drop exclusive, I bet you there is something that says Disney gets a portion of the secondary market, and that may be why this is a drop exclusive. Don't know. That's true. Anti isn't the best word. Like, I'd still like to participate in the drop. I just don't like it. That's totally fair. The reason I'm so careful about that wording is whether or not people will admit it. When you see something like I'm anti-drop and you get no other context, if you're an independent random person that happens to see that, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, something's wrong with drop. Drop is bad. And you may let that influence your entire decision-making process on whether or not you get into the project. That's why I don't like to say things are stupid. It also provides no real data to say something is stupid. I hate something. That's a personal preference. All these influence other people's decision-making. We shouldn't be doing that, in my opinion. Now, if a company does wrong, and I go and tell you, like Walmart, I don't like Walmart. I will not shop at Walmart. I've chosen not to give them my money. They haven't got it in 20 plus years. They will never get my money unless somehow they trick me, because I do not agree with their practices, their business practices, the way they influence local towns, cities, governments. I don't like the way they seem to not care about the environment, and I've got data to back that up. In that case, I'm fine with that. You actually said the W word, gasp. Well, I mean, in this case, I needed you to know why. I'll tell you to never buy from Pop Culture, that Australian company that sells pops. They did me dirty on a purchase, refused to refund my money after they promised in their written stuff on their website, if you get something that you're not happy with, we'll refund it. They would not refund my money after doing horrible shipping. They didn't stand by their word. And so I've told people for going on a decade now, don't buy from Pop Culture. And I'll continue to tell people that. I've got a reason to back it up. I'm not just saying they're stupid. Miss Fancy Cherry had a question that maybe didn't get answered. What was that, Miss Fancy Cherry? Sorry, I missed it. If there's still a question that's unanswered, please drop it again in the chat. Whatever was that, the gold? Oh, if we got all the money raised for Extra Life, like the $50,000. About the epics from Power Ranger? Oh, I said to sell. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying I'm against Australia. We love Artista. We love Australia. I would love to go visit Australia, but if I do, I'm going to go kick something over at the Pop Culture store. Go get my money back somehow after 10 years. Okay, I'm going to do another open call. We haven't gotten many questions, but we have got a few really good ones. Are you new to this? i.e. the drop that's coming tomorrow from Funko, a drop exclusive, Disney, Mickey and Friends. Do you have questions on the purchasing in the primary market? How are you going to handle things in the secondary market? Do you understand what a royalty set is? Do you know how to get USDC? Do you have any questions? Because tomorrow I'm going to go live, and that's not the time to ask any kind of long form questions. If you have quick ones, for sure, I'm happy to answer them. That's why I'm doing the live. But today is the opportunity to do a little show and tell, help you understand exactly what it is you need to be ready for tomorrow. I highly recommend, even if you think you're fully prepared, go in and log into your drop account today. Make sure you have that USDC that you think is there, or you're working on getting that USDC that you want. Make sure you're verified. If not, take care of that process today. You know what happens tomorrow if you're not verified? Everybody's trying to get verified at once. It holds up the system. Don't wait till tomorrow. Do it today. If you're watching this as a VOD later, go do it right now. Maybe you didn't get to the video until midnight. That's a good time to do it. Actually, that's probably a really good time to transfer USDC over with low Ethereum fees. What is the World Cup thing? Oh, yeah, I do want to look at that. Good call. Thank you for bringing me back around. So, if I remember right, last year, or earlier this year, Wax did this really cool game fest thing with, and it says on here, if you look closely, Christmas or Xmas, which I don't care for, but Christmas Game Fest. They did a thing where you could participate in certain games on the Wax blockchain to earn additional benefits in the form of NFTs and or Wax. So let's learn. You do have you were required, if I remember right, because Criticraft did something. Be cool if they're in again, although they had some bad news recently that the change in laws in their country of origin is forcing them to shut down the game that they've been developing for 2 years. And I'm so sad about that because I was so excited. I've been telling you guys for 2 years I was so excited about that game, and now they had to scrap it. But let's look at this together and see what's going on, and maybe they're part of it. I remember you were on Pop and Stock telling me about the Epic count to gauge if they will drop or not. Okay, short version, we can come back around to this. The lower the number of available NFTs on the secondary market, the more likely the price is to go up. I.e., if you look at that chart we were looking at and you look over on the right, it says 25 plus, there's more than enough on the market, probably not going to spike. If it's a 7, those could all sell out and we could find ourselves in, it's in the benefit of the owner of those NFTs to sell. And as a buyer, you're in trouble. So demand exceeds supply. That's what happens there. God dang it. Natu6, stop it. Where's the best place to buy wax? Okay, let's read this aloud together. I want to know about this. This is unrelated to the drop tomorrow. This is the NFT World Cup Christmas Game Fest from Atomic Hub. First of all, how didn't I already hear about this via email, a tweet, or something? Maybe it just went out today. Maybe that's why. But I feel like I should kind of know about this already. You might remember our Game Fest this summer. That's what I was alluding to before. And it was a blast. With holidays approaching fast, we figured we cannot see this year off without throwing another awesome event for you. This December, we're teaming up with Introverse and Wombat. I believe that's a site that they worked with before. To bring you a new crazy competition, the Christmas Game Fest, the new frontier of engagement. Christmas Game Fest was born through a partnership between Atomic Hub, those guys, and Introverse, a cross-community, cross-chain, and cross-platform gaming experience with your NFTs as playable 3D avatars. Interesting. By avatarizing, is that a word? The PFPs of more than 30 NFT projects, Introverse fostered the NFT World Cup, an exciting competition where Web3 communities clash in a Street Fighter tournament and engage in a wide variety of social quests. Man, that would have been cool to have Hoot in that. You imagine Hoot fighting, kicking people's rears? That'd have been cool. Hold on. I got to answer this text real quick. Going to have to go meet Macy at the bus. In case our stream goes long. Set me an alarm for 3:05 p.m.
It's turned on.
Okay. Don't want to miss Macy. Okay. Here we go. If you're wondering just how fun it is, the summer edition was a blast. It brought together over 4,000 players fighting for their favorite NFT projects with a total amount of 420,000 game sessions and 22,000 tweets. I love that all these companies revolve almost independently or completely around Discord, yet they call out the number of tweets. Actual metrics that can be shared. Christmas Game Fest will last from December 11th, today, till December 22nd, hosted in the Introverse Gaming Arena. For this occasion, the arena will be decked out with exclusive Christmas-themed decorations. The game draws a lot from Street Fighter. Pick your avatar and dive into epic 1v1 battles in PvE mode across 3 different difficulty levels. It'll be available online and as separate apps for Windows, Mac, OS, and Android. So basically, you can play wherever you are, however you like. What? Winning rounds will not only feel amazing, but will also increase the total scores for both you and the project you fought for. Beyond the brawl, participants can also climb the leaderboard by earning additional points through the social score system. Aha! Social quests. Create social engagement. Twitter. Not Discord. Twitter. Give you a curated list of new games and experiences through challenges on partner gaming platforms. Improve the overall value of NFT collections. Man, I would have loved for Hoot to be in there. They probably reached out on Discord. What's up, Dadalite? And I never answered. Quizzes. Answer engaging questions to get points by discovering more about your favorite NFT projects. This event will be divided into different rounds, each of which will include a collaboration with a well-known gaming platform that players can join to get more points. During break days, communities can strategize and form alliances, gaming guilds, or launch social media campaigns. Wow, there's a lot to this. Look at this. On December 6th, it is December 11th. I haven't heard ish about this. I didn't even know, or I could have got it. You had to go here to... I could have applied. Had anyone else seen anything about this? I could have applied. What's up, Funko Photo Lady? This is ridiculous. I wonder if we can still get the that NFT. I don't understand this at all. So they talked about how important it was on Twitter to engage, but I didn't see anything on Twitter. If I saw that logo for NFT World Cup, I'd have been all over it. Did they put it all out on Discord? And the pass sold out. How? I'm also a Gold Wax ambassador. You know what? They only put the messages on Discord. Follow us on Twitter. Let's see if there's anything over there. Unreal, man. I try to pay attention to what they do, too. Introverse put something up here 5 hours ago. Sold out 5 hours ago. You can buy them on the secondary market, I bet, if there's any available. Yeah, well, I'm going to try to play still, but I sure would have liked to have gotten. So the warm-up is over the next 2 days. Round 1 starts on the 13th. Yeah, my project could have been a part of it. I don't know how I missed it. I'm on Twitter every day. I engage with the wax stuff whenever possible. That it just somehow slipped through the cracks? That's nuts, man. Let's look up on Atomic Hub. Let's see if we can find anything about this NFT. Ultraverse? Was that? Or Introverse? Nope. Now begins the hunt to see if I can find something on it that would have been really helpful before. Where is the page I just had open? Here we go. Maybe Xmas. I don't like use of Xmas, but it's Christmas. Aha. They had 5 separate templates with all kinds of different bonus levels. The cheapest of which would most likely be this one because there's 1,100 of them. Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question, Shepard. Very strange. Lowest one on the market is $8.45 right now. Meaning these other ones are probably going for a lot. Would have loved to have been able to get some of these. Wait, what a minute. Huh? This one, Nebula, is cheaper? That doesn't make much sense. I'm grabbing one of these just in case people aren't paying attention. Did I read the quantity right? Hey, I'm getting it. Okay, got one. Now I'll research and find out I probably shouldn't have bought that. There are only 513 of that one. Man, I wish somebody had seen it and told me. I'm not blaming y'all. I'm just saying I wish that had happened. You could... How do you get these rarer ones for cheaper? Oh, yeah. I absolutely follow them. I've interacted with them many times. This black hole one, there's only 7 of. Holy jeez. Imagine if you'd have pulled one of these. Did any sell? Sorry about the noise. That was disgusting. I apologize. Doesn't look like it. That's crazy, though. All right, have a good one, Shepard. The green one is a 5 times. Well, I grabbed up this cheaper one here. I don't know if you need both of these in order to make something work, but I grabbed up a Nebula. Let's see what else we can find out about this game. How to participate. Official structure. We know the structure. Fighting gives you points. Submitting social quests and special quizzes. Playing new experiences in partners' gaming platforms. Bringing friends to experience the gameplay. Owning an NFT of the chosen project gives you 4 times points. Owning Introverse Galaxy Pass or Christmas Game Pass gives you up to 7 times. Check out the rarity of your pass to discover the boost you will receive. There's an article on Medium. Mint now your Christmas Game Pass on Atomic Hub's Launchpad. This was sold out, so we probably won't be able to do that. Yep, ended, sold out. just bought the Nebula, which was a 2-time. Weird. Okay. Where is the how to play? For any questions, open a ticket in Introverse Discord and they'll be happy to help you. Ugh. Where do I go? Learn more. Oh wait, join. There we go. MJ Owns You is holding a black hole. Wow, cool. Hey, fourth curator. All right, have a good one, brother. Very short product tour. In a minute, you'll be ready to play. Let's go. Start tour. Connect your wallet to get in-game boosts and special rewards. Okay. What we might see here before I even get into this, for you guys, if you happen to be holding any NFTs for some of these projects, you might want to check your values of those. See what they're going for on secondary market, because with these possibly giving boosts in games, some of the NFTs you've been holding for a while may really spike here in the upcoming days. Keep an eye on that. And it looks like I'll have a referral code to share of some kind. Warm up round here. You see the project leaderboard. The points are the sum of players' points. Makes sense. See your points, click on the plus button of the project. You can earn more points by completing quests. Play. Okay. Watch the video. Okay, all right, we'll watch the video. But I can't click the video. All right, that's helpful. Okay. You can download it or play online. Tour is over. Where's this video? Quick tutorial, maybe? Oh, God, no. That's the same thing we just did. Where's the video? I'll connect my wallet. Log in first. No kidding. Where do I log in? Log in. Okay. Email and password. But is this email and password for what? I guess we go to sign up and find out. I'm still not sure what I'm signing up for. Is this this is an Introverse account. Set up a password. This isn't showing here. Okay. Eight letters, number, and special character. Okay. I'll save it. Username. Is that the same as my email address? Doesn't look like it. Referral code. That's what I was saying. I think there'll be one for you guys should... I agree to the terms. I would better write receive exclusive email from Introverse team. I don't know what that means. Okay. Verify your email. Got to go do that step. Introverse is waiting for you. Email verified, but now I have to use that instead of the window I did have. Log in. It's already a process, man. Okay. So we're in the warm-up round. There's a referral code. Should anybody else be signing up, I'll drop it in the chat there. So do I have to have one of these and the one I bought? I guess so. So the one I bought may not help me without having one of those. That's interesting. Oh well. Knew I should have researched more before I got in. Play. Download the game. Play on browser. So far, I haven't seen anything to indicate to me how I determine what NFTs are used in the game. Hopefully that's about to become very clear. Okay, there we go. Like as I said it. There's Nifty blocks, there's brawlers, NFT draft. Looky there. That's Warsaken. Novo Pangea. I know some of these pretty well. That music super loud. Feels very loud. Sorry about that, Misty. Do I pick a project? Are these characters I already have based on NFTs I own? I'm confused. Looks like we're fighting as Karen there from Nifty Blocks. I would have loved to have seen Hoot in here. That would have been so fun, man. I don't know if this is based on NFTs I own or if it's random. It's impossible to tell. It's not providing me anything on screen to know right now. Let's pick NFT Draft, because I know I have some NFTs from them, and let's see what happens. Practice mode. Train without scoring. Is that better now, the music balance, King? Or is it still too loud?
Round one.
Oh my lord. Whoa. There we go, controls. It's the old WASD. Punch, kick, medium punch, medium kick. Okay, so it's these 4 keys. And then there's a whole list of special moves. This really is like a... Well, how did I do that? Good thing I'm practicing. Wow. This thing really knows the special moves, too. Also, back is block, too. I think. Oh, I tried to jump like Mortal Kombat. Oh, he got me just barely. Right, Randy? It really doesn't. I think I'm 1 key over on where I need to be. Whoa, what did that just do? Oh, Lord, the combo. Did he just throw something? Wow. Dang. Oh, fireball. I'm gonna have to learn those special moves. Dang, got my butt handed to me. Okay, so Warsaken beat me. Settings. Oh, well, there was the music option. Doesn't seem to. There he goes. So you play as one of the projects, but I don't see any relation to owning an NFT that helps. It said something about owning NFTs can give bonuses, but which ones? Just any? I wonder if based on this, let's look back at Atomic Hub main page. Is there popular? Doesn't look like any new projects have risen. This Realm, I don't know how busy it normally is, or Battle Miners. If it's improved because of the game, don't know. Very interesting. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on it, but I will come back and check it out occasionally as it goes into the full mode here in a couple days. I got too many other things to do. But thought we'd look at it. It would have been real nice if I'd have known about it in advance, but somehow it stayed off my radar. It's really strange. Okay. Any other questions, thoughts, concerns, whatever from the group? If not, I'm going to work on getting out of here. I think I lost most everybody. You guys got into your work day or travel home or whatever. One thing I'm going to do before we get out of here is definitely add some points to you all. I'll give you all 75 to start with. We'll see how many people are here. 86, I'll add more. Another 10 for everybody. You're welcome, Miss Fancy Cherry. I'm glad I could be here to help anybody. I hope I helped a lot of people. If you're still lurking and you didn't feel comfortable saying anything, I mean, that's totally your call. Yeah, there you go, Jedi. But I hope if you have questions, you can always hit me up on Twitter as well and let me know what your questions are. Maybe those questions aren't just for you. They might benefit others as well. So it'd be really nice to hear what those are. And I'll see what I can do to create content around it. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be live at 10:30 a.m. Pacific, so don't miss out on that. There will be a free NFT. And hopefully I can get with you all who tried to leave comments on the YouTube videos, but it wouldn't take your comments, something I never thought in a million years would be a problem, and see if I can get you all the NFTs that I promised everybody. Let's see who's online right now. Felicia Day is live. Oh, Mark Hoppus. That's cool. We hadn't seen him on there in a long. Mr. Geggles, love his content. Some good streamers on right now. Who shall we raid, though? I always like rating Mr. Greggles. I really enjoy his content. He's the drummer. Is he coming? Oh, he just went live. So we're right over to him. I'm not going to wait for him necessarily. Mindy, do you need wax? I don't know if you missed most of the conversation, but wax will not be beneficial to you at all for tomorrow. So the only reason you'd need wax is if you're working on previous projects. If that doesn't make sense, you might need to go back and watch the VOD from today. If you need wax for previous projects, let me know. But if it has to do with Mickey and Friends, you absolutely do not need wax for tomorrow. That's not part of the equation. I'm not trying to be mean. I just don't want you to spend money you don't need to spend. Tomorrow is all about USDC. And if you need to get USDC, I have a video on YouTube on how to get that. That's not something I can help with at the moment. Anyway, we're going to raid over to Mr. Greggles. And I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon as we get in there. I don't know if he'll be online, or like on screen or not, but still drop in with a hashtag #SullyRaid and your Nerds Unite emotes. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Pacific. I don't know if you watched the one about... Did you watch the one about USDC, Mindy? If so, you're ready then. You got what you need. But that is what puzzled me about you needing wax, because you don't need that for tomorrow. You'll need USDC. So you'll need to watch that video and follow those procedures to get your USDC. I don't know what yes means. Sorry. All right, here we go. We're going to raid over to Mr. Greggles. You all have a wonderful afternoon. Remember to wash your hands, check in on somebody you love, make sure they're doing okay. Stay positive, and above all else, most importantly, Nerds Unite. Have a wonderful one. Bye, y'all. Sully Raid. Nerds Unite. Oh, the countdown timing. I could have waited 30 seconds.